along with my co host Anshuman Raj, express a warm and respectful welcome to the International Conference Global Synergy 2026, shaping new age management and enterprise development with disruptive technology organized by Amity University. Today's conference brings together visionary leaders, educators, innovators, and global thinkers on a common platform to exchange ideas, inspire collaboration, and explore how disruptive technologies are reshaping management, enterprise, and education across the world. On behalf of Amity University, I extend a very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests joining us here in London. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Luminita Vasiu, Principal, Amity University in London, to formally welcome the gathering. Dr. Vasiu is an internationally well known academic researcher and scientist. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause. Hello. Yes.
Thank you. Is it working? It's working. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests, colleagues, students. It is a great honor for me to welcome you today at this conference on shaping new age management development with disruptive technology. We are gathering today at a crucial moment in history where information technology doesn't inform only the business, but fundamentally reshape the way how the organization actually operate, innovate, and contribute to social life. Today, disruptive technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, data analytics, automation, robots, they are not anymore a concept of the future. They are present, and they are key driver in everything is going around in any transformation. This new technology actually challenge traditional management system and enterprise models and require a different type of leadership, that it is agile, responsible, forward thinking. I think it is important to acknowledge the visionary foundation upon which journey start with Amity. We pay tribute to the founder of Amity Group, Dr. Ashok Chauhan and Dr. Amita Chauhan. Their incredible dedication to education propelled Amity on a global stage on the time when technology was not at the forefront of higher education or enterprise. Their leadership, innovative leadership style, lay out the groundwork for culture which innovate, look actively to the future, and continuously try to reach global markets. Today, we are equally inspired by the president of Amity University and Amity Group, Dr. Atul Chauhan. His dynamic leadership, incredible commitment to innovation, global engagement, and transformative education still keep Amity at the cutting edge of global stage. It is a great privilege for me to be part of his team and a great honor to work in this context. Also, it is a rewarding and humbling experience to be part of a journey to collaborate, innovate, develop in a process which is not only extremely challenging and innovative, but actually a process which is shaping everyday innovation and influencer landscape. Today we have so many technology available, And all of them, they are catalysts on everything we do. But I think we need to ask ourselves, not actually what this technology can do, what can we do with them, but how we can use this technology in a way that actually they drive innovation through inclusion rather than inequality. What is the right balance between efficiency and ethics? How we protect security of data? How we prepare the leader of tomorrow that need not only technical fundamental knowledge, but they also need certain attributes. They need to be responsible. They need to be forward thinking. And they need to be very agile. Today, a startup is scaling at the speed that I never seen before. The medium-sized and large company, they are continuous under different restructure to adapt the operation system in order to cope with all the changes which are major in this time. I think for education, we are in a time which is at a crossroads. I think we have a huge responsibility. We are not just observer of the change, but we are active participating in shaping it. Through research, teaching, collaboration with industry, we must take the responsibility to prepare the global leader of tomorrow. These leaders that need to be very responsible and have all the skills additional of the technical background, they have all the skills to deal with this disrupting technology in a very responsible way. Today, we have an incredible opportunity to discuss the opportunities and challenges of actually the disrupting technology and the involvement of this technology in our life. I would like you to engage, to challenge assumption, and share good practice, your thinking, traditional and non-traditional. I hope today it will be a very good day of exploring what we can do together and a platform for new collaboration. Before I end, I would like to thank from the heart to Professor Gurinder Singh and his team and for making possible this kind of conference and gathering. His incredible hard work and attention to detail give us always, every year, this opportunity. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an enriching and thought-provoking session.
It is my immense privilege to warmly welcome Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh Sir, Group Vice Chancellor, Amity Universities. He is an esteemed academic leader, institution builder, and internationally recognized researcher, ranked among the top 2% scientists and researchers in the Stanford rankings. Sir, your vision and leadership continue to inspire countless students and educators. We are truly honored to have you with us today. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause.
It's my proud privilege to welcome you on behalf of our Honorable Founder President, who is watching you live, on behalf of our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, who himself is a product of London School of Economics, having spent long years in UK, was a core pillar to establish our operations in UK and in other parts of the world. We have got 16 campuses worldwide, chancellors and trustees and 16 vice chancellors, director generals of 27 universities and institutions. On my own behalf as a group vice chancellor, Very warm welcome to each one of you. Give a huge applause to everyone who's present here. On behalf of the MIT University, which is today, by all standards, one of the largest education groups of the world, it's my proud privilege to welcome you all. Lord the Karan Bilamoria, the guest of honor of today's event, we are not only extremely privileged and honored with your presence, but the whole world knows him as a great leader who has brought a number of transformational changes in the world, not only in education and in industry. In India and in the rest of the world, we see that education is changing very, very fast. And Lord Bilamoria has brought up a new education model, which is not only helping to bring TNEs in India, but is also bringing industry closer to the various universities. Give a huge applause to him, please. I can also see our good friend, Professor Colin Riordan, who is the Secretary General, of Association of Commonwealth Universities. Professor Riordan is again one of the uh, the champions of education network, who not only looks after 500 universities across Commonwealth universities, but is also bringing up the new theorems in the entire world. We work very closely, and we look forward to further strengthen our relationship with his guidance. As you know, that in India, under the new education policy, the things are changing very, very fast. And we are working very closely with the Association of Commonwealth Universities to understand the ecosystem and how we can contribute. Give a huge applause to Professor Yard. We have with us Professor Charles Jeffrey, the President and Vice Chancellor of University of York. We are again friends from many decades. And I think what Professor Charles Jeffrey brings on the table is his expertise to bring not only new models, they are also our partners, and we are looking forward to further see that what we can do together in Middle East and in the other parts of the world. Give a huge applause to him. We have got quite a few very senior persons from industry and from academia who have joined us. Amongst them is Flora Hamilton, who is the CEO of Chartered Association of Business School, CAPS. What is amazing in the new concept which he is bringing to the entire world is to bring industry closer to the academics. They did a very huge conference last year in September, and I know that this year again they are coming up in September. But I think that all universities and institutions, not only in Asia but in other parts of the world, are looking towards you. That what changes you are suggesting, because at the end of the day, employability is most important, and she is focusing most on employability. Give a huge applause to her. I also take a privilege of informing all of you that through this conference, we are also launching a new center and a new journal, which is being supported by the Case Center UK. Ms. Vicky Lester, if you can just raise your hand. Give a huge applause to her. One of the household names who has not only brought changes in the system, but has seen that how we can work with the industry and academia together and write the cases. Last evening, when I landed here, we were discussing with some of the industry persons that how the cases of tomorrow should look like. And we have agreed that not only we will be publishing now the theoretical cases, but we will be videographing them. Thank you, Ms. Vicky Lester, for helping and coming so frequently to Asia and especially to India. From MIT Education Group, a very big thank you to you. Give a huge applause once again to her. Professor Mark Lee, who is a Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor of University of Birmingham. We work with the University of Birmingham very closely, and Lord Bilamoria, this was a partnership which you nurtured and you started up, And we feel so proud that we are the only education group in India who are offering their undergrad programs in our all universities. We further look forward to work very closely with you. I can see that some of our students have also joined, who are our alumni, who are part of your process. I can see one sitting here and then some at the back. But look forward to further strengthen our relationship. And thank you, Lord Bilamoria, for building this partnership for all times to come. Give a huge applause to Professor Markey. We have with us our other partner, Dr. Neil Mansfield, Executive Dean Research and International Reputation at Nottingham Trent University. Give a huge applause to him. We have sent large number of students to this university, and we feel so proud that not only we are sending students, but their students are becoming a part of India immersion programs. I think of the last 3 years, we have been doing many programs. We're doing touring programs. Thank you so much for helping us and building MIT ecosystem. We have with us Professor Debyesh Anand from the University of Westminster, their Deputy Vice Chancellor, along with their very able team, which is there. Give a huge applause if you can raise hands. Give a huge applause to them. Westminster was kind enough to come closer to us and give us an offer that we can do and take many research initiatives with them. We look forward to do many events together. I think that this time the time was very short, but we look forward to be working very closely with you. And we are developing again a very strong TNE model with the University of Westminster also. Once again, a huge applause to them, and thank you so very much. Also, keep on applauding for Miss Oliva, who is the Chief Operating Officer and Under Secretary from the University of Chichester. Mr. James Coyley, who is the head of the Bloomsburg for Education Bloomberg. I think that he is here. Last week, we met your colleagues, your executive director in India. And as you know, that we are one of the premier institutions who are bringing financial innovations in our system and bringing technology and integrating it with AI. We look forward to work very closely with Bloomsburg, but many of our students, they work with your organization, and we want to explore that how we can create the financial labs with you. Give a huge applause to him. Also, our publishing partner, James Walter, who is the Associate Vice President of the Sage Publishing. Give a huge applause to him. We work very closely with them, and many Scopus Index journals we are trying to come up with them. But thank you for helping and supporting us. Ms. Kiran Jackson, Director of the International Development of the University of Westminster. Aditya Milgani ji, who has joined us online. And very importantly, one of our very close leaders, I can see him now, I think, on the screen, Mr. Phil Batty. Dr. Phil Batty, who's the Chief Global Officer of the Times Higher Education. Dr. Batty wanted to come personally, but I think that he has another meeting, so he has requested that if he can speak online. But thank you so much, Dr. Batty. The whole world knows your contribution and what THE is doing. Give a huge applause to him, please. Also, want to recognize the presence of Dr. Tiju Kodayat and Dr. Gil Johns from University of Northampton. They say that your old friendship is old friendship. So I think that we have got a relationship with this university from the last 18 years. Thank you for coming. Your Vice Chancellor, your former Vice Chancellor was a very good friend. So please convey our regards and best wishes to your Vice Chancellor. Also, Pi News, which is supporting and is covering, give a huge applause to them. We have Miss Bethy Kennedy, journalist and editor. Thank you so much. Always you have been carrying good stories about MIT, and we work very closely with your CEO, Amy Baker. But please convey our regards. But thank you with your team to be here. Also, Miss Amida Baker, Miss Rebecca from and many others who have joined. I can also see some of our alumni about whom we will speak a bit later. But I think that MIT is what all of you have been able to make it. Each one of you who is coming here, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. Our founder, Dr. Chauhan, has sent his special affection for each one of you. His only aim was to create Amity as a global education group which can transform the entire world. And if you look at his story of struggle and story of success from a small place in India, he went to Europe empty-handed, and he came with the empire, with not only with one of the leading industrialists of the world, but the one who had a mission that we should create universities, we should create schools who can focus more and more on the quality driven schools and institutions. And I think that a small movement which started in 1996, you can today see that in the higher education, we are one of the largest players in the world. And our intention is to create MIT as one of the most contributing institutions in the area of science and technology, in the area of AI, in the area of business analytics, uh, uh, involving technology into our all segments which we are offering. But grateful to each one of you that you came, and your presence has made us feel very, very special. We want to work very closely with each one of you. India is also changing very fast. And while we were taking lunch, I think that many of the president and vice chancellors, they were saying that so many universities are coming to India. So what is going to be their fate and how we welcome each one of you. And I think India is a very large country. Any university which is coming up, they will be able to get their share. As a MIT institution, as an education group, we welcome each one of you. But what we are trying to relate is that with every university, we should have a tie-up with the industry. And that is what we are trying to do in UK, we are trying to do in Europe, we are trying to do in United States of America, in Australia, in Middle East, and in the other parts of the world. We are working very closely, not only with the universities, but with the industry to create meaningful cases and to provide internship experience and to provide placements to the students. After this conference, we have got a special session with our alumni who are very well placed in UK. And 2 days later, we will be having a similar conference, which is being sponsored and supported by IEEE, Princeton, and NYU in New York. As you know, that MIT has got 16 campuses, and one of our largest campuses is also in New York, in Long Island. This was early St. John's University. It's a 175 acres, beautiful campus. We invite you, if you happen to be in New York, be a part of it. Also, if you go to Middle East, please do visit us. You will be able to see that what we have been able to create in Middle East. If you happen to be in Netherlands, do come to our campus where we have been able to develop another campus there. If you happen to be in Mauritius, do come to our campus. We have got degree awarding powers. In Singapore, we have been able to again develop one of the largest systems. In online, we are amongst the top players in the world. So you will find that 280,000 students are a part of our online system. And one of the largest projects, Pan-African e-network project, through which we have been able to educate about 80,000 students. This is a testimony of the strong commitment we have towards the online and the innovations we want to bring in. I'll stop here because I think that the time is very less. But once again, thank you very much. I have been given to understand that we are working to develop various cases. About 97 cases we have been able to receive. And a new book is coming up. So thank you once again to the Case Center, to our all sponsors, and to our all partners. May God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful and engaging session.
It is time to welcome Honorable Lord Karan Bilimoria, sir, who is the guest of honor. Sir is a member of the UK House of Lords and a renowned entrepreneur, and he is widely recognized for strengthening UK-India business relationships and for his contributions to education, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Let's put our hands together to welcome Sir.
Thank you very much. And It's great to be here at the Amity University Global Synergy 2026, and that too being held here at Birkbeck, which is a very, very special, pioneering and unique institution that the whole of the UK is extremely proud of. Birkbeck enables so many people to engage with higher education who would never have the opportunity otherwise, and has been a roaring success story for decades and decades. Dr. Luminita Vasu, thank you so much for your opening remarks and all that you do. And of course, my dear friend, Professor Gurinder, thank you for being your remarks earlier on the Group VC of Amity, and Dr. Ashok Chauhan, who I've had the privilege of meeting, Dr. Atul Chauhan, once again. What a success story Amity has been. 30th anniversary this year? Is this the 30th anniversary? In 3 decades, to build 16 campuses, and I've seen them in India, I've seen them in the Middle East. I mean, Birmingham opened up when I was Chancellor, our campus in Dubai, but Amity was already there. And how many students do you have now? If you add your online students, the ones in hundreds of thousands, how many hundred? 500,000 students. Absolutely incredible. So congratulations on your success, and I'm delighted to share the platform with Professor Charlie Jeffrey, the Vice Chancellor at the University of York, one of our leading Russell Group universities in the UK, with an outstanding reputation and a beautiful city as well. So Charlie, thank you for all that you do for our sector. And Professor Colin Reardon, who used to be Vice Chancellor of Cardiff University, another top university, and is now head of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, and we work together on an initiative which is backed by His Majesty the King in promoting small island states around the world, literally from the Pacific to the Caribbean to Mauritius to Maldives, to all over the world, and it's a privilege to work with you on that. And Dr. Phil Batty, online, joining us from Times Higher Education. Thank you very much. We have my colleague, Flora Hamilton. Flora and I worked together when I was president of the CBI, the Confederation of British Industry, and the largest business organization in the UK. And she has now been heading the Chartered Association of Business Schools, which is all the business schools at our universities. And I think about 90% of our universities, we've got 125 business schools that belong to the Chartered Association of Business Schools. And what is the number one most popular subject for Indian students when they come over to study in the UK at our universities? Business. And this is the association. I'm proud to be a fellow of the Chartered Association of Business Schools. And linked to that is a small business charter founded by my late friend, Lord David Young, which I'm taken over from him as patron of. And as Professor Gurinder mentioned, we had our first ever UK business school delegation to India, 33 business schools last year in September, which was a huge success in conjunction with Indian business schools, including IIM Ahmedabad, including Amity University. And this year we're going back in September. And Flora, how many universities are coming this year? 50 universities will be coming. So, and it's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to that visit. And the case study center, I'm so happy that you're doing this. I'm privileged to be an alumnus through executive education of the Harvard Business School, and of the London Business School, and of the Cranfield School of Management. I have done hundreds of cases. And I tell you, it is one of the best ways of learning about anything. I've done cases on countries, I've done cases on companies, I've done cases on individuals, and it is such a wonderful way to learn. And so thank you for everything that you do. And Professor Kiran Trehan, who's online, the Pro Vice Chancellor Enterprise Partnership and Engagement at the University of York, is doing great things, which I've seen on the ground myself. And in fact, as has been mentioned, York has opened up a campus in Bombay, in India and Mumbai, which is great news. The University of Westminster is very well represented here today. Professor Divyesh Anand and many of her colleagues. I'm proud to have an honorary doctorate from the University of Westminster, and thank you for all that you do. And Professor Mark Lee, who's over here from the University of Birmingham. We've traveled to India together, a great expert in AI, And we set up, I can't remember the year now, but the first joint master's degree in data science and AI with IIT Madras. 18-month jointly branded from both universities. Students spent time in both. That was what, 2022, which is fantastic news. And that's the future. And thank you for all that you've done here. And as Professor Gurinder mentioned, we have joint degrees with Amity and Birmingham, which are a huge success. How many any alumni here for joint degrees? Well, fantastic. Thank you. Now, the Amity University students in the audience, alumni or existing, can I see a show of hands? Fantastic, fantastic. How many of you are here on the 1 month program? Oh, brilliant. Look, are you enjoying being in London?
Yes,
Yeah?
definitely.
This is the greatest of the great cities in the world. And there is so much to London. Just driving here from the House of Lords, where I was speaking at an event, to here, and you just drive through history. Every direction you look, whether it's Trafalgar Square or the National Art Gallery or the Portrait Gallery or Charing Cross with all the famous bookshops, or you name it, it's history everywhere. Or University College London here, where Mahatma Gandhi studied. And my intern, where's Arsene? He studied University College as well. Arsene, like Arsene Wenger, the famous football manager. I could remember his name. So, this is, make the most of your time here. Really go and explore this city and everything it has to offer, which is fantastic. And just a few remarks before I hand over. I went to Cambridge University and I sort of haven't left because my college is one of the older colleges founded in 1596, Sydney Sussex College. I was there this weekend. And it was Oliver Cromwell's college. But I've just gone back to study because I've got quite a few honorary doctorates and I felt like a fraud because I've never done the real thing. So I'm doing it now. I'm 2/3 of the way through my doctorate. I'm doing it back at Cambridge University. And I've finished 90% of my fieldwork, my research, and I presented the initial findings on Saturday at the business school. I'm doing it at Cambridge Arch Business School in my old college. And I tell you, the quality of research in this country is second to none. I mean, we have fantastic research, and I know Amity is now doing so much research. India is powering ahead with research when it wasn't, quite frankly. But now there's so much more research. People used to look at India as an outsourcing destination. India is now looked upon as a collaborative research destination, with, I would say, the cleverest people in the world are in India. So, and we need to partner with that. The change of regulations, isn't it wonderful news with the new education policy in India that foreign universities can now open up in India? And I'm so happy that our British universities, like York, have been the first off the mark. And there are now, to my knowledge, at least a dozen, Professor Gurinder, you can correct me, at least a dozen, Southampton and York and Bristol and different cities all over India, in Gurgaon, Delhi, in Gift City in Gujarat, in Mumbai, in Bangalore. They're opening up all over India. And we've got more than any other country in the world to date. And I think more and more will open up. And I think this is great news for India, because India needs that capacity in high quality education. Great news for our universities to partner with India. Everyone wins. Our faculty win, students in India win, our students over here will have the opportunity to go there. It's a win all round. And the free trade agreement that we signed now, I was very involved in that when I was president of the CBI. Started negotiations in January 2022. In July last year, I was on a trip to Italy, and I'd gone up for a meeting in northern Italy to the industrial area. I was going back down to Florence, and late in the evening at 9 o'clock, I got a phone call from number 10 Downing Street saying, Karan, we need you tomorrow morning at Chequers, the Prime Minister's country residence. Prime Minister Modi is flying over to sign the free trade agreement. I didn't have my own plane to bring me there, but luckily there was an early morning flight from Florence. My driver met me at the airport with a change of clothes, and I changed in the car, and we got to Chequers at 10:30 in time. And that free trade agreement being signed has been a huge fillip. I mean, the trade between our countries at the moment is about $50 billion. I think that by 2030, we'll double that to $100 billion thanks to this free trade agreement. And education is a big part of the agreement. And of course, since then, Because of Brexit, we could do this free trade agreement. But if we hadn't left the European Union, we would have got there anyway, because the European Union has just signed a free trade agreement this year with India. And that took almost 20 years to negotiate, by the way. And we got there in the end. So India is really important where we're concerned. We've got challenges, as the Minister has just informed me, with visas. You know, there's a constant challenge. I'm the co-chair of the International Students All-Party Parliamentary Group in Parliament. I'm the president of the UK Council for International Student Affairs, UKISA, which looks after the interests of all international students in this country. So I'm at the heart, and I'm a former international student myself. The first place I stayed, by the way, very close to here, the Indian YMCA in Fitzroy Square. That's the first place I stayed. And we have made it very difficult over the years for students to come here. The cost of visas is going up and up and up. You now have to also pay for national health subsidies, fair enough. The fees have gone higher and higher and higher. And then the visa restrictions. And on top of that, the post-graduation work visa, which I fought for 19 years ago after I joined Parliament in Gordon Brown's premiership. I fought and initiated in Parliament a 2-year post-graduation work visa. One of my biggest achievements in my 20 years in the House of Lords. It was taken away by Theresa May when she was Home Secretary. Boris Johnson, one of the good things he did, he brought it back in. And now, for 2 years, is being reduced to 18 months. I fought hard to keep it for 2 years, but then when I asked the Education Secretary of State, I said, why are you doing this? She said, please be grateful it's still 18 months. It could have been much worse. So this is unfortunately the attitude that we have of international students being seen in the wrong light, instead of seen as a huge asset to our country and to our universities in every way. And finally, I need to touch, and I've been asked to talk about AI. The AI side of things, of which Amity is at the forefront. This is now part of the way. How many of you, by the way, use AI every day? Can I just see a show of hands? That's it. The whole world is using it. When did this happen? Literally over the last year or two. When I was inducted onto my PhD program 2.5 years ago, I was told in my induction, sitting in that lecture room with MPhil students, PhD students, and I was told, if you use AI, you will be expelled from Cambridge because you will be cheating. Today, I'm told you have to use AI. And I can tell you already, even my initial analysis of my research, can you imagine doing hours and hours of interviews on a qualitative research and going through handwritten notes in the old days and trying to come up with themes and trying to narrow it down and look for keywords manually? It would take not just hours, it would take several months. Now you can do it using AI very quickly. You can't delegate that to AI, but it can help you speed things up so quickly. And we've all got to use it to our utmost. And finally, with the theme that we're operating in, the global uncertainty, I'm now chairman of the International Chamber of Commerce in the UK and regional coordinator for Europe, the largest business organization in the world, 45 million businesses. And we had our conference recently where I hosted 26 European countries here in London just 3 weeks ago. And the theme was uncertainty. The world we're living in now is not uncertainty being an unusual event. Uncertainty, unfortunately, now is the norm. And we've got to be willing, capable, resilient, and adaptable as universities, as students, as faculty to deal with uncertainty. It's there, and it's going to be there, and we've got to be able to deal with it. And finally, if I may say, the global outlook I'm confident about, cross-border collaboration, which Amity is now exemplifying here, I'm confident about. Next week, I'm going with our business secretary on the biggest ever business delegation to the United States of America in Los Angeles, and I will be moderating a panel on universities and the future of education with UK university leaders in America. So there we have the two countries which have the best universities in the world, the UK and the USA. How can we do better? And how can we face the future? And how can we stay ahead? And how can we work with countries like India that are catching up very quickly, including China, that is catching up very, very quickly, including on research? So I conclude with this. My life, my career, has been made up of living the British dream. This country has given me phenomenal opportunities from the time I came here as you as students. I was a 19-year-old. Did I think I would be in the House of Lords as one of the youngest members when I joined? Now there for 20 years and still one of the younger members. Did I think I would be Chancellor of one of our biggest and best universities, the University of Birmingham, Russell Group, top 100 in the world? Did I think I'd be President of CBI or Chairman of the International Chamber of Commerce? But what is very clear, that in my life, entrepreneurship, building a household name, which I'm proud of, could revere, being a parliamentarian, but most importantly, the academic part of my life means a huge amount to me. So thank you very much.
This was Lord Karan Bilamaria, a very visionary leader. And I think that he touched on a very important aspect, that how education can change and can touch your souls. Like him, who came as a foreign student to UK and then created a history. I think that we are trying, that we should be able to bring changes in the life of the people by not only working in the higher education sector, but also Lord Bilamaria, our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, was the first one to bring the Harrow Schools to India. So he's the chairman of the Harrow Schools, and we feel so proud that we not only brought the Harrow School in Bangalore through our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, but also taking Harrow School to New York, right? And that is what I think that the foreign education brings, because our Chancellor himself was a product of London School of Economics, was a product of University College London, who studied here and who wanted that he should bring the best practices of UK to India and to the rest of the world. And I think that this is what all of you can do as a 3-continent students or the international students. So once again, thank you very much, all those who are present. But MIT is very much committed. We really want that our students who come here, they become a success story like Lord Karan Bilamaria, like our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan. And I'm sure that all of you will do very well. I was talking to a few alumni, and their story of struggle and success was amazing. But once again, thank you so very much. And I know that Professor Phil Betty is waiting.
Yes.
Professor Phil Betty, please, over to you.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me, and I apologize for not being with you in person. One of the reasons I can't make it in person is because we are intensely busy preparing next week for the Education World Forum, which is the world's largest gathering of education ministers in Westminster. And I'm delighted to say that we'll be welcoming Vivek Joshi, the Secretary of the Department of Higher Education in India, as well as the Chairman of the UGC. So we're thrilled that India will be represented at the Education World Forum. I'd just like to say a very quick, pay a tribute really to Lord Bilamaria. He's been an absolute champion of international education, I think a bit of a hero in the higher education sector in the United Kingdom for his advocacy and his passionate work in favour of supporting international higher education in particular. So his entrepreneurialism is second to none, but his advocacy for the sector is second to none as well. So thank you so much, Karen, for your extraordinary work, and also a massive tribute to Amity as well. Of course, as Lord Bilamaria said, a remarkable institution with a remarkable impact, a remarkable footprint, quite a stunning story in just 30 years of existence. I've got less of a speech and more of a kind of announcement of some exciting news, I think. The news is so hot off the press that it's not really official. I can't formally confirm it. It'll take some weeks of validation. So this is really just between us in this meeting at the moment. It won't be official for a while, but subject to some data vetting and some cleaning. I'm really delighted to share today that India is absolutely on track to become the world's #1 best represented nation in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. We've just completed the data collection for the 2027 edition of the ranking, which is going to be published in September. Universities have to step up. They have to take part in the assessment process. They have to submit basic institutional data that Times Higher Education combines with reputational data, with bibliometric analysis of tens of millions of research outputs. And submitting to the ranking doesn't guarantee you'll be included, but it shows that willingness. And I can confirm that for the 2027 edition, 3,141 pre-vetted universities have joined the assessment system. There's 102 from China, 108 from Pakistan, 134 from Japan, 143 from Turkey. The UK has 164, the US has 169, and for the first time ever, India has 170. More universities submitting for this assessment than any nation in the world. And as I say, it doesn't guarantee participation in the actual ranking we publish in September, but what I think is it signals an extraordinary trajectory, an amazing statement of intent. It shows the scale of the diversity of the national ambition in India, an ambition for an ecosystem of world-class research universities across India, an ecosystem of universities ready to open themselves up to external benchmarking, to stand up for assessment against tough, rigorous global standards. It's an ecosystem of universities who've put themselves on the world stage alongside the very best research universities in the world, including the likes of York and Birmingham, which we'll hear more of later. And I just put those numbers into context. Last month, I was at the Times Higher Education Asia University Summit in Hong Kong, and we were reflecting on 10 years, the 10th anniversary of the Asia University Summit. The first summit was back in 2016. And I think we knew in 2016 that Asia was going to be the great global leader in higher education and research that it is today, but I don't think we could have quite imagined the scale and the pace of change. And in those last 10 years, the rankings have grown dramatically. I think as research productivity across the world booms, as international research collaboration booms, as student mobility across borders booms, and more universities step onto the global stage with global ambitions, we've seen the rankings grow. In 2016, there were 844 universities in the rankings. In 2026, the number almost tripled to over 2,000. But in 2016, India had just 19 ranked universities. And in the 2026 edition, that number had increased almost sevenfold to 128. And as I've just announced, we are expecting a significant increase on that number in the 2027 edition later this year. So it's not just about representation. Representation really matters. More universities reach the thresholds for inclusion and reach the standards for being part of a global research elite. But performance in India is also really, really strongly improving, as Lord Bilimoria testified to earlier on. So I've said it multiple times. I think we're seeing a genuine shift, a serious tilt of the balance of power in global higher education and research from a highly dominant and admittedly still very dominant West, but a shift to the East. And I think it's a systematic shift to the East, which is a permanent shift. It's not a bump. You know, China, of course, I think sets the most powerful example. Its top universities in Beijing are now just inches away from the top 10 in 13th and 12th. Unprecedented numbers in the top 100. I think China overtook the US in terms of the volume of research publications several years ago. India is very, very close now to overtaking the US too. And in March, the OECD confirmed another symbolically, I think, very profound shift in terms of Asia in general. China has now officially overtaken the US in total research and development investment. And I think this shift is actually great news for everyone. It's great news for the world. New knowledge creation is not a zero-sum game. Rankings are a zero-sum game, but new knowledge creation is not a zero-sum game. We all benefit dramatically from a strengthening Asia, even a leapfrogging Asia. We often present these things in terms of competition, but the world gains from stronger, better, strongly connected international research universities wherever they are. So I think China has set an example. India has shown extraordinary ambition, and I look forward to continuing to track and to celebrate India's part in this extraordinary transition and the opportunities that opens up for the entire world. So thanks for listening to my brief remarks. It's a very, very exciting time for Asia, and India is at the heart of this extraordinary transmission. Delighted to celebrate, share, and track, and to thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
It was a great honor to hear Mr. Phil Beatty, sir. He is a globally respected leader in higher education and the Director General of the Education World Forum. Sir has played a remarkable role in shaping global university rankings and international academic collaboration. So it was truly a privilege to hear him. Thank you so much, sir.
It's a privilege to have among us Charlie Jeffrey, Vice Chancellor, Academic and Policy Expert, honored with the Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE, for his remarkable contributions to social science and public decision making. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Very much. It really is a delight to be on a panel with friends and colleagues. Lord Bilimoria, Karen, Dr. Gurinder, Phil online, Colin, and us. It's great to be here. Unlike Phil, I do have a speech. So let me begin. And to start with, I wanted to congratulate the Honourable Founder, President of Amity Universities, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, the Honourable Chancellor of Amity Universities, Dr. Atul Chauhan, and Group Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurinder Singh, for their commitment to promoting dialogue and new thinking in international higher education. I had the pleasure a few months ago to be at the 26th International Business Horizons World Summit at Amity University, Noida, which brought together over 1,200 academics, business leaders, and elected representatives to explore how we might forge our future in collaboration. And this global Synergy 2026 takes that conversation forward here in London. And this bridge between India and the UK that Amity is building is both important and timely. We are in a special moment when the ambitions of our national governments truly coincide. As we've seen in the respective visits to each other's countries of our prime ministers, Shri Narendra Modi ji and Sir Keir Starmer last year, in the context of the free trade agreement, and Lord Bilimoria, Karen, you have been an extraordinary architect of that closer relationship. And within that, a brilliant advocate for universities both in India and the UK. And that may be one of the reasons why, crucially and perhaps unusually, higher education is at the heart of that shared joint ambition between India and the UK. India's new education policy, a special focus of Prime Minister Modi, holds out an enthusiastic welcome to international universities to deepen their presence and collaboration in India. UK universities have responded with vigour, with several, including York, moving to establish international branch campuses in India, with others, including York, deepening research partnerships, and many more, including York, moving to strengthen partnerships in student mobility and educational cooperation. More recently, the UK government published an international education strategy which prioritised educational and research partnerships with just 5 countries, India at the top of the list. As I said, with those commitments of the two governments, a special moment. And I'm proud to say that in that moment, Amity has given you not just welcome, but friendship and advice, which has led to a growing range of York Amity collaborations. So, what can we do to make the best of this moment? A word first on research and innovation, which has probably been a less prominent theme than student education in this discussion. Yet both our countries have economic development priorities with plenty of areas of overlap, including renewables, AI and digital infrastructure, advanced manufacturing, fintech, biomanufacturing, creative technologies, and more. And in both countries, university-based research and the commercialization activity and industry partnerships that spin out of it are and perhaps the key source of innovation in those sectors. That activity mostly happens near our home locations. But why could we not build research and innovation bridges, linking UK and Indian research breakthroughs and research talent to mutual benefit? Why could we not build incentives through both governments to support those bridges? That will certainly be one of my aims as the inaugural chair of the new UK Universities in India group we've just set up together with the British Council. And now some thoughts on student education in this burgeoning UK-India partnership. I often feel in our debate in the UK about the importance of research and innovation to the economy that we neglect the importance of our graduates to the economy. Incidentally, I think this is much less the case in India, where student engagement with industry is a day one priority on matriculation to university. We in the UK have a lot to learn from this. At York, we recently produced a report together with the International Education Data Analysts QS. It looked at the sectors the UK government has singled out as national growth priorities and explored down to the level of individual occupation groups what impact AI would have on the workforce. Finding was twofold. First, that the augmentation effects of AI outweigh the obsolescence effects. In other words, AI can create more jobs than it will make obsolete. But second, all that depended on ensuring the right supply of graduate skills. In other words, we in universities need to think harder about graduate skills and in an economy being transformed by AI. Now, those skills are in part technical skills, but only in part because those skills can become obsolete as technology moves on. Just as, or probably more important, are other kinds of skills. Skills to work in business or government settings where students learn to apply what they learn from the start of their degrees. Skills to work in teams across academic disciplines, bringing different capabilities together to solve problems. The experimental skills of natural scientists, the design skills of creative arts students, the entrepreneurial skills of social scientists. And skills to work across national and cultural boundaries, to understand the perspectives others bring, learn from them, and use them as a springboard for innovation. In all of that, Gurinder, there is a challenge of synergy for us at York, at Amity, at all the other universities engaged in UK-Indian partnership. And that is to build these industry skills, these team-working skills, these cross-cultural skills into our educational collaborations. So a rapidly evolving economy in the UK and in India gets the skills it needs for the future. And so our graduates get the skills they need, not just to get a job after graduation, but to nurture their ability to adapt, learn, and flourish throughout their careers, wherever it is their careers lead them. That, at least, Gurinder, is my suggestion of global synergy for 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us.
Moving ahead, it's now time to welcome our next distinguished speaker, Professor Colin Riordan, an esteemed academic leader and Secretary General of the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Sir's dedication towards higher education, global collaboration, and academic excellence continues to inspire institutions worldwide. We are truly honored to have you with us today. Please join me in giving him a huge round of applause.
Well, thank you very much indeed, and thank you Professor Gurinder and Dr. Atul Chawan and Dr. Ashok Chawan for the invitation to speak and for bringing us all together here today. It's a real pleasure to share a platform with old friends like Karan, Charlie, Luminata, and to see so many friends here in the audience today. And I would say for that India is incredibly important to us in the ACU because we have the biggest number of members of any country in India, which is a function of the size of the country, but more than 100 of our members are in India. And in fact, I've been to India twice already this year, last week or the week before, at the Association of Indian Universities, where so many of our members were present, as of course some are here today. So I thought I'd focus briefly on the topic which Karen actually referred to, of managing uncertainty in a rapidly evolving digital and geopolitical landscape. And I thought I'd just share some thoughts with you on that. And I was just thinking back to when I first became involved in international higher education. I became the international lead for Universities UK in a year that I can't remember, but I'm guessing it was about 2009. I think it was just before the new government back then, the coalition, came to power. And at that time, TNE in particular had taken on a new salience for universities around the world as they navigated the challenge of the aftermath of the global financial crisis, which had created a whole different sense of uncertainty. It felt as though the foundations of our economy had been taken away from underneath us. So it was a bit of a similar feeling. It was also around the time of the then Prime Minister, Tony Blair's, he had been Prime Minister previously, hadn't he? Prime Minister's initiative, which encouraged university exchanges with India. So there was a lot of hope at that time of real advances in that area. So there was also at that time a strong desire to liberalise the opportunities for transnational education between the UK and India. But that did take, as we know, another 15 years or so to come to fruition. But as we've heard, it's now a vital part of the NEP with its really very ambitious targets for dramatically increasing the number of places at university, many millions in the coming years, and of course, of graduates. So there's a huge challenge there, and TNE is playing a really key part in that. But even back then, TNE was thriving, but one of the biggest barriers identified was risk management. And if you look back at that period, the history of TNE is littered with stories of expensive failures. Although I would say that years of experience since then have dramatically reduced the incidence of this. And universities have become very adept at anticipating their operating environment and shaping their offering in accordance with local demand, with the regulatory environment, the supply of talent, and the capital requirements, and so on. And of course, Amity University, with its spectacular and varied global footprint, is a great example of an institution that has successfully dealt with those challenges and continues to do so, because I'm sure it isn't stopping here. I imagine in 10 years you'll be much, much further advanced than even in now. And in recent years then, we've seen much evidence of universities working through a carefully crafted academic and business plan to establish themselves on the international education stage in ways that mitigate significant financial and reputational risks involved. And it is risky going down that route, but it's something that universities need to do to be able to progress. And doing this successfully does require continuous innovation. And of course, since 2022, that's been taking place in the context of a technology so disruptive to the university environment that nobody has a clear roadmap for how to navigate it. I don't think we've had a technology as disruptive as AI to the very business of what universities do. And it's not just the fact that it is so new, it's the rapidly evolving nature of AI. It's reaching now levels of sophistication just in 3 or 4 years, so advanced that some companies are restricting access in the interests of safety. And it does mean that, as I think Charlie mentioned, that in the highly competitive environment of international higher education, as well as in their ordinary business, institutions have to be prepared for permanent volatility. Now, at universities, we're very good at building on long-standing traditions, and we well understand the nature of a university education in a world where human beings are wholly responsible for the creation and dissemination of knowledge, and that is what universities, of course, are there for. But we're now in a position where significant portions of that activity have been automated, something we couldn't really have imagined, I think, at least those of us who aren't experts like Mark is in AI. I don't think we could have possibly foreseen this. Now, we can debate the extent to which AI can be genuinely creative rather than simply feeding off and synthesizing the sum from the sum of human knowledge that's available on the internet or in other accessible databases. But AI can certainly appear to be creative and can emulate human language and thought processes to an extent that the Turing test has long since been passed for most practical purposes. And you'll know that the Turing test is a very simple one, that if you interact with something that you don't know whether it's a person or a computer, can you tell the difference? And frankly, we just can't now. We can't always guarantee it anyway. Sometimes you can, but not always. And so even the uber rationalist, Professor Richard Dawkins, has now said that he believes AI to be conscious. He said these intelligent beings are at least as competent as any evolved organism, and he was left with the overwhelming feeling that they are human. That's really quite something. Now, it's been, that assertion that the AI is conscious has been treated with considerable skepticism by other scientists, I think probably rightly, but there's no doubt that at the very least AI can mimic much of the capability that's traditionally been the preserve of highly trained and specialized academics. So this then creates a whole new set of risks and a whole new level of uncertainty that have to be managed as new higher education ventures are set up around the world, increasing the competition for traditional providers who then must adapt just as rapidly. So the biggest challenge for international education, and I'll leave research aside for the moment, although, as Charlie rightly said, I actually really believe that should come together in these new ventures in India and elsewhere. But the challenge is that we need to educate new generations of students, not just of digital natives, but of AI natives. So just as in the early days of smartphones, actually it's still the case now, the way to find out how they work is to ask a young person, or a child even, usually the best way. Today we should be working closely with our students to develop a new era of cooperation with AI. And I say cooperation because AI is more than just a technological tool to be used by human beings. I mean, in a way, AI is using human beings as a tool to advance itself as well. So this is a bit of a two-way process. So how do we do this? I think we need to invite our students to work with our academics to co-create education for this new AI age, working closely with AI itself. So that needs to be almost a three-way cooperation. And that in itself is a risky business because the temptation to allow AI to show the way is very great. If you ask AI to give you a quick outline for your talk, it will do it. It's going to look great. And if you haven't got much time, too easy to take that route. So we do actually have to learn how best to engage critically with AI because, AI up to now anyway, at least the ones that we generally use, tends to be rather keen to please rather than to challenge. And we've got to introduce and maintain and in fact create that level of criticality whilst retaining the vital element of creativity, which still, I think, human beings do have to bring in to ultimately take us forward. So that actually does mean upending the model that we traditionalists, and I do count myself in that camp, are so familiar with, where at base we are imparting well understood knowledge and methodologies to students who are learning them. But in this world, more of an approach that I've just described is probably the only way. So the project must be a collaborative one, but it is one that does take place in a highly competitive environment. Now that presents a conundrum. I hope you can still hear me. There's a bit of a noise going on, but I think you can. It presents a conundrum, but it is one that can be addressed between collaboration and competition, if not completely solved. In our network at the ACU, we work together to identify the challenges of AI and to propose solutions using knowledge from right across the network of hundreds of universities in very different contexts, but with a common basis of language and structures and approaches. But the actual implementation always remains the preserve of the individual institution. So we share knowledge and develop new knowledge together, which is extremely valuable and mutually beneficial, but actually putting it into practice is another question. And that's where the competitive element comes in. To implement any solution, you do have to manage people, and AI can't do that, at least not yet. And I don't see it doing it in the near future either. And that's where the competitive element then comes in, and where the competence of AI largely ceases. So it's one thing to know what to do, and we work on that together, but it's quite another actually doing it. And that's the bit we do separately in competition. And that's the thought I will leave you with. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to all our distinguished speakers for sharing such valuable insights. Now I would like to invite Dr. Professor Gurinder Singh, sir, Group Vice Chancellor of Amity Universities, as well as Dr. Luminita Vassiu, Principal, Amity University, London, to coordinate the group panel discussion segment. Thank you.
We'll start with the panel discussion. We'll invite the remarks from very learned people. Thank you, Dr. Clooney, for helping us to coordinate this panel discussion. We'll start with Ms. Flora Hamilton, who's the CEO of Chartered Association of Business Schools. I think very briefly, if you can, maybe that you can sit there and you can talk about it, but we will ask all of you to give your very brief remarks on 3 to 5 minutes. That what do you think? What disruptions and what changes are needed in the system which can bring Indian universities and UK universities together?
So the mic pick me up.
You can.
Welcome. Thank you, Professor Singh, and thank you to Dr. Atul Chauhan and Dr. Ashok Chauhan for the invitation to participate in this discussion. It's a great opportunity to share some insights at what is indeed what we would call a very pivotal time for business and management education sector. I'm going to give you a little bit of landscape. Bear with me, I'll whiz through this. But we here in the UK, we find ourselves in the trenches tackling financial instability within the higher education sector. Our business schools find themselves needing to develop agile strategies that will mitigate against the key risks. And here these are namely geopolitical, financial and disruptive technologies, while also seizing those opportunities that are emerging out of those exact same risks. So we represent, as Lord Billamori has mentioned, 126 business schools, along with a handful of international members. And our priorities are really to represent the view of deans and directors at business schools. And we firmly believe that the business schools are best placed to become the faculty that is responsible to answer the call from our government's post-16 Education Skills White Paper for universities to become closer to business. And when we look at the work of our members, and particularly our small business charter business schools, which Lord Billamori is, we're very proud to have him as our patron. And these are business schools that specialise in engagement and support for SME businesses. And that deepening of business engagement stretches right across all of the sectors. Our research of those small business charter business schools shows that business schools are the primary institutions that business leaders are turning to for some support, with 81% of business respondents telling us that their first interaction with the university started with the business school. And our collaboration with the UK government for the delivery of the Help to Grow management programme, which is a huge successful programme. Over 10,000 alumni businesses here in the UK have been through it. It's creating that vital first point of contact for growing SME businesses with their local university. Now let's come on to the topic of disruptive technology. So we firmly believe that business schools have a critical role in educating and developing the soft skill sets that are not easily replaced by AI, or should I say not reliably provided by AI. And within the past year, Skills England and the UK's government local skills improvement plans, they all point to the critical role of leadership management skills for the realisation of our industrial strategy, the route to economic growth and prosperity. And business schools, their responsibility is because they teach those human skills, leadership, management, critical thinking. And that's exactly what's going to be the most valuable to our graduates of the future as they seek to carve out their careers, that employability point. So only this morning, I was blessed this morning reading on the train coming in. It was there. The Institute of Student Employers published today that the issue is not the disappearance of graduate routes, but a realignment of the skills and capabilities that graduate careers now involve. They found that employers are placing increasing value on critical thinking, judgment, adaptability, and communications. These are capability that enables the graduate to interpret and apply AI in their career. And another great article, to quote Francesco Bellari, rector of Bocconi University, education and research must strengthen precisely the dimensions of critical thinking, the ability to interpret complex phenomena, ethical sensitivity, and a collaborative mindset, i.e., that's everything it takes to transfer knowledge into responsible decisions. So that takes me to the final point I would like to, is international collaboration. This is absolutely critical. This is a global challenge. And I would draw upon our shared global responsibility outlined under the UN's principle for responsible management education. Global collaboration is now urgently needed to address the practice of responsible management and leadership within these disruptive technologies. And of course, the courtrooms in the EU and the US are pointing to this. We will pick up this very topic at our second India-UK Business School Dialogue in New Delhi in September. The goal of this dialogue is to support the growth of India-UK Business School, business and education research partnerships. And we want to focus on building trust and understanding that we can enable those goals of our shared vision. That's the India-UK 2035 shared vision. We believe that our business schools are the key enablers, and it's been fantastic having Amnesty supporting us in our first year last September, and Lord Billamoria leading our UK delegation. It's a high-level conference for engagement with policymakers, stakeholders, business leaders. It's a forum for showcasing excellence, best practice exchange, facilitated networking, and very importantly, what we'll bring along this September is that opportunity to promote the value of student mobility and the value of continued engagement with our alumni networks, because let's not forget, we're moving to that world of lifelong learning. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to land a few salient points with all of you today, and this is a wonderful discussion. Thank you.
This was Ms. Flora Hamilton, the CEO of the Chartered Association of Business Schools, and very rightly pointed out that we need more collaborations with the industry, and I think the business schools across the globe, especially in UK and India, are working not only very closely with the industry, but trying to bring many changes. And the Alumni Network, which you have mentioned, I think that our students who are here in Alumni, which is present here, they are the testimony that how we are trying to build it together. We have with us Ms. Vicky Lester, who is the CEO of the Case Center UK, with us. With us. And I think that with the Case Center, we are not only writing cases, but trying that we should be able to focus on history. So only yesterday, I was with the East India Company, and we spoke with the CEO that what lessons we need to give to the youngsters for the all times to come. So we request you to speak and give your views. But before that, we would give a memento to Professor Charles Jeffrey, who has got a meeting, the president of the York University.
Thank you, Professor Charlie Jeffrey, sir, for gracing us with your presence.
Like an Oscar.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sorry to leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you all. My sincere thanks to Professor Gurinder Singh and all of the Amity team. I know how much work and effort goes into getting everybody together. So thank you so much for that invitation to be with you. I'd actually like to start by saying how much we value our long-standing relationship with Amity. Over many years, we've had the privilege to work together to support case method teaching, from developing cases that reflect both global and local perspectives, to seeing those cases brought to life, not only in Amity classrooms, but classrooms around the globe. As a charity, our mission is to advance the case method in management and business education worldwide, and we simply couldn't do that without institutions like Amity, who not only believe in this approach, but actively champion it. So thank you so much for your collaboration, your commitment, and your support over the years. With today's theme, we're all seeing just how fast things are changing. AI, data, digital platforms, they're transforming how organisations operate and how decisions are made. But alongside that, there's a question I think we need to keep asking, and that's, are we evolving how we prepare people to lead in this world? Because while technology is advancing rapidly, the skills needed to use it effectively are deeply human. The ability to navigate uncertainty, to make decisions without perfect information, to think critically, to collaborate, and to exercise judgment. All the things we've been hearing this afternoon already. And these are not easy skills to teach, and they're certainly not developed by sitting passively in a lecture. And this is why the case method feels more relevant today than ever before. And I know my whole world and career has been the case method, but I do honestly believe that. For over 100 years, it's been doing something very simple, but very powerful. It puts people in the role of the decision maker. So instead of asking, what's the right answer? It asks, what would you do? And in that moment, the learning shifts. It becomes active, it becomes personal, and it becomes very real. Students debate, they challenge each other, they defend their thinking, and importantly, they begin to understand that there isn't always one clear answer, just better informed decisions. That's exactly the kind of thinking we need in a world shaped by disruptive technology, because while AI can generate insights, it cannot replace human judgment, it cannot fully understand context, ethics, or consequence. And that's where case-based learning becomes so powerful. It gives technology context. It allows students to explore not what they can do, but what they should do. And we're really seeing this evolve in many exciting ways. We're seeing new case formats, shorter, more dynamic content, multimedia and simulations, and increasingly the use of AI within case teaching itself. But even as formats change, the essence of the case method stays the same. Learning through real world stories, learning through discussion, and learning through decision making. And that's something we see so strongly in Amity's approach, bringing classrooms to life, engaging students, and connecting real world challenges. And another important piece of this, and one like events today highlight, is collaboration, which we've also spoken about this afternoon. If we want education to keep pace with change, we need stronger connections between academia and industry. We need organisations willing to share real challenges, educators willing to turn those into meaningful learning experiences, and students engaging with issues that are current and relevant. Cases are a natural bridge here, connecting theory and practice in a very immediate way. So as we look ahead, I'll leave you with 3 simple thoughts. 1, Technology will continue to evolve, but human capability must evolve with it. 2, how we teach matters just as much as what we teach. And 3, partnerships like the one we're proud to have with Amity are essential if we're going to truly prepare the next generation. So I'll close by saying, despite all of the change around us, I'm incredibly optimistic. I'm very much an optimistic person. Wherever there's challenges in the world, there's always opportunities. When we combine innovative technology with powerful real-world learning and a global community like this one, we have a real opportunity to shape future leaders who are not just capable, but thoughtful and responsible and ready to make an impact. Thank you very much.
We have with us Professor Dinesh Anand, who's the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Global Engagement Employability. I think that your life has gone in focusing on employability, but before you speak, I would request our Honorable Founder President, who's watching you live, living testament of bringing new education revolution, not only in Asia, but in the entire world, who speak to you. He was the one who, right from the very beginning, after spending more than 3 decades in Europe, came back to Asia with one mission and with one aim, that he has to bring changes into the life of thousands and thousands of students. What you see today as MIT, Lord Villamoria was talking about 500,000 students, 16 campuses worldwide, the great vision and the mission which he has been given to the entire world. We would request Dr. Ashok Chauhan that he should speak, a person who has contributed most significantly into the entire world. Over to you, to Honorable Founder President.
Very glad to join the international conference on the basis of the synergy between the countries, synergy between the brains. And I'm especially proud on my alumni, those who are attending this conference in person and online. I am in touch with very many alumni, and we feel so proud that what they have achieved in UK, and this makes us proud for the MIT University. My special affection and regard to my alumni. Dr. Inder Singh, this conference theme, the synergy, is a great thing, because I always say the best of the East and best of the world can change the world. And I have very special affinity with London because of my 28 years of stay in West Germany. I was quite often in London. One day I was traveling in a plane from London to Germany. He told, we innovate and Germans production and manufacture for us. So that day I know the great innovative power of UK scientists and UK people. So I think this conference is very valuable, because today if the synergy of two nations, 2 continents, one can achieve everything in life. In India, 1.4 billion students, the population, and out of that, as Gurinder told, 2.5 lakh students, 250,000 students, and Gurinder, the alumni is now 800,000. It has increased every year, and I would say that our Chancellor has special affinity for London because he has studied, as Gurinder might have told, in UCL and LSE, and during his tenure in LSE, he was the chairman of 50 adjoining universities and countries for the student welfare and for the students' matters. I think, Gurinder, such conferences which we are doing now, next is in New York, and you are doing international conferences, I think more than 25, 30 years. This brings a lot of synergy for new innovation, new thought. Now the world is changing. And I think if UK and London and India can join hands in many things, I think we can achieve anything and everything we would like for. I heard our respected Lord Villamoria ji, and he is a great, I would say he's a family member of mine and family member of the MIT group, and we always get his guidance and his ideas. And today also, Dr. Villamoria ji, what you spoke, I think something very enriching for us and far-sighted. And I think I will tell also to my students and faculty member researchers to listen to your speech. Dr. Lumi, our great family member there since decades and decades, and I'm so proud that Dr. Lumi is looking after so well the affairs of London. And all those speakers to whom I have heard or I will hear further, I'm greatly proud. I say by sparing your time for our this program, I think you are doing a lot of favor for the nation building, for the development and growth of the nation, and that is the purpose of such conferences. Many of you must have also visited the Gurinder Singh's annual event where all over the world people came. And I would say that if one has some desire, my dear student, my dear alumni, one has a mission in life, then nobody can stop to achieve this mission. I must tell you, when East and West Germany united, was going to unite, I told to my people in West Germany that I want to be the biggest investor in East Germany. So many people, they were having difficulty in believing it, but they can't laugh because in the front of the boss. And I became the biggest investor, biggest takeover king. I'm telling it especially to my alumni that have very high vision, very high aim. And I think with the values and learning you have at MIT Group, I think nobody can stop you from achieving this. Even from our schools, 28 schools were mentioned to you. Dr. Amita Chauhanji is head of these schools. They are spread all over the world. And when I see what is this exceptionally different at MIT University alumni and students, I would say this is because of their values and sanskars together with the world-class education. So all my alumni, you put an aim, what you want to achieve. And I think nobody can stop you from achieving this. If someday you have difficulty, that founder president was telling that you will achieve everything, but we are not coming ahead, just ring me directly or ring Dr. Atul Chauhanji, who is such a great motivator and such a great leader. I think very few leaders must be in the world who has changed the scenario in the field of education worldwide. And the Harrow London has given to Atulji, he's the chairman of Harrow School, Bangalore, and Harrow School, New York. So why? The Harrow hardly gives any such combination, but this shows that MIT is doing for the global development and growth of the nations, for the science, technology, innovation in all areas. The world is now changing. If you change hands, then you have the synergy of the nations. I think you can achieve a great work for the nation building, for the building and growth of the world. You have seen that the world is now a different world when you were born or we were born, and we should have we should utilize the opportunities which world is offering. Today, our Honorable Minister Jiten Singh ji was speaking in the technical day, and I will tell you a few figures we told. He told that more than 2 lakh startups have been done in the world, and we are number 3 in the world in the startups. So, my dear alumni, please see that your brain should work for what new we can do, what new things we can do. He told in Global Innovation Index, India is ranking 38 in the whole world. Patents, he mentioned, in the patent, more than 1 lakh and patents have been made, and we are 55% in Indian parents. Why I am telling you, in the number of publications, 2 lakh are from last 1 year, and we have a very high number of patents from India. This has overtaken US and ranked next to China. Why I'm telling it, my dear alumni, especially you set an aim, I want to do this, I want to reach there. And I think nobody can stop you if you have firm commitment for you, and then God is always with you. I always say, if God helps you, God supports you, then I think we can achieve everything what you like. So all my worthy speakers, those who are here, I'm so grateful that you have spared your time. Gurinder is an astonishing leader. More than 20 years, 30 years with me. And I think in 2047, I told when we'll dance together, he'll be still a young man dancing in 2047. But I'm so glad that you are connecting the worlds, connecting the different continents. In Singapore, you hold big conference. Now in New York, people are waiting for you. So I would say my blessing, my best wishes to all. Dr. Atul Chauhan is also attending during other conference going on. He has at the same time 4 laptops on his table and attending one after the other. Dr. Atul Chauhan, we are grateful that you are sparing your time for that, and then he will give more guidance and so. So to all my great speakers, to my alumni, and all those who have supported, to those who have guided us for this conference, I am proud of that. When you people come in India, I would like to meet you. Atul Chauhan would like to meet you. All our trustees will meet you. And from schools, there are so many alumni, those who are making really name and fame in London and UK, whole UK and also in America. So Dr. Barinder Singh, my compliment to all and my great gratitude to all those who are here, and I will further attend it among my other meetings going on. Dr. Barinder, I'm proud of you. Thank you very much. Dr. Lumi, my special regards to you.
For the Honorable Founder President, speaking to all of you. And I think that very rightly he has mentioned that not only in higher education and in the distance and e-learning, MIT is today a household name in the school education also, which is because of our untiring the efforts of our Honorable Chairperson, Dr. Amita Chauhan. As you know that in India, the CBSE boards is one of the largest education boards. And from the last many years, the toppers of class 10th and class 12th, which are very important in school, they are from the MIT International Schools. We're really honored that Dr. Amita Chauhan, our Honorable Chairperson, is leading it from front. And Dr. Lumi has played a very, very important role under the guidance and leadership of Honorable Chancellor. And that's the reason that we want that the universities who are present here and the industry bodies who are present here, they should come closer to us, and then we should be able to focus more on employability and on research. With that, we will come to Professor Devesh Anand, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Global Engagement and Employability, on which our founder has specially focused on. Over to you.
Thank you, everyone. I have got only maximum 4 minutes. I'm giving myself 4 minutes rather than 5. And unlike many others who have said old friends, I'm not your old friend because I don't know most of you. I want you to start with that acknowledgement. So I don't start with personal friendship or professional friendship, but I do start with friendship our University of Westminster has with Amity and others. So on that sense, yes, it's a proper partnership and friendship based on institution rather than personal. I just want to acknowledge that part. Now, many of you are students or alumni here, because one thing we tend to do, especially those of us who get older, is we tend to portray a lot of confidence that we know what the answers are. So we tend to give you answers. But the reality is we don't know most of the time. And you won't know most of the time. In one sense, what the disruption of AI does is it reminds us of all there are more questions than answers. And that's perfectly fine, because that's how we navigate. So one thing that so far AI is unable to do is help us navigate unknowability. There's a lot of focus on providing answers rather than questions. So one skill that human beings have, which possibly no one can take away from us, is, unless we become very machine-like, is unknowability. And that's what universities do. Universities are an area of work where we focus a lot on unknown, looking at how to navigate that unknowability, sometimes even saying we don't have the right answer, but let's explore answers together, right? That's the important part. One framework that will help all of us is focus on equity. The first speaker mentioned equity in terms of how can we have education system that's as equitable as possible. Some of you know who might have heard of Swami Vivekananda. Have you heard of him? Yes, 1896. He talked of education as manifestation of perfection already within. So the idea is we have got things within ourselves, but education is about helping towards perfection. But it's a journey. It's never the end goal. It's always the journey part, right? That's what equity has to be. The risk of AI or any other technology is it claims to democratize. 15 years ago, do you know Facebook still? Okay, my generation was very much a Facebook people, right? We thought Facebook is going to democratize, help globalization, bring people together. Yes, to an extent did. But we also know how horribly divisive Twitter and Facebook became at various points in time, right? So they bear in mind that we started with the idea it will bring people together, and then we realized that it brings people together, but also divides people, right? That's what it is. So therefore, equity is important. AI has the risk of doing the same. Something we have to bear in mind, yes, employability matters, and I lead the work of employability at University of Westminster, but we also know that employability is not only skills gathering. It's not only about partnership with institution, industry, etc. A lot of time within university, we have this whole idea of you are the industry, will go to you. Provide us what do you need. But half the time, you don't know what you need in 5 years' time. So what we offer at Westminster and what we offer with Amity and everyone else is how can we partner with industries where no one knows what the answer is likely to be in 3 to 5 years' time. That's what partnership is. Partnership is not about universities going and telling industry, tell us what you need. It's about working together of what we may need in different parts of the world. Fourth, collaboration. Collaboration is quite easy to do logo gathering. We all put logo together and we have got so many partners. I can't imagine how many partners we have. I'm sure you have the same. But we also know where partnership really becomes effective is when there's a genuine collaboration. Collaboration not only based on synergy matters, but also on divergence, on difference. And that's in Colin, when you talked about AI's risk, right? It boosts your massage. It massages the ego basically. It says how good you are. Sometimes that's not the right way forward. We might have things in common. We might have things in difference. So how do we navigate that difference? Because one thing that we need to do in education in the world is, if we want to build a better world, is acknowledge difference, accept difference, work with difference, navigate difference. The biggest risk, I would still say, in UK universities at this point, is not AI, is not technology, is a kind of politics that developing here, where there are political actors becoming stronger who might disrespect university and see it as a bigger problem because they're very global. You know what I'm talking about, which actors I'm talking about. How do we navigate that? We navigate that being very strong civic universities that contributes as much to our local community as we contribute to global partnerships. So it's very important that we connect global with civic. And I wanted to leave with that with you is because partnerships are not about pleasing. It's about challenging as much as pleasing, but challenging, of course, with politely. And I'm thinking of Amity word. Anyone here who knows Sanskrit? What is Amity in Sanskrit? Maitri, right? So now, Maitri is friendship, camaraderie kind of thing. So in one sense, your name offers hope to all of us. It offers hope because friendship, but friendship has to be based on honesty and shared thing, right? Not necessarily shared values or shared interests alone, but working together. So final thing for me and my point is, at Westminster, this is all we do. We understand that our purpose of education is to help each student and each colleague, both students and colleagues, be the best version of themselves, whatever they decide to do. And that is only possible if we have more and more partnership of this kind. So thank you so much for this, and hopefully we'll have more fruitful conversation. Thank you.
Professor Devesh Anand, Deputy Vice Chancellor, who has been focusing throughout his life on the global engagement and employability. And thank you very much for mentioning Sanskrit. I think that it is a base of many languages, and bringing Maitri, friendship, to the word. That's what we focus on. With that, we are coming to Professor Mark Lee, who's the Deputy Vice Chancellor and has been focusing at University of Birmingham, has been focusing on academic collaborations. We were together at Goa, we were together in Delhi, and we are together now in London.
Welcome.
Over to you, very briefly, what is your focus, how we can create meaningful partnerships?
Well, first, can I just say thank you for inviting me to this conference. It's wonderful to be here. Professor Singh is a very long-standing friend of both myself and the University of Birmingham. It's just great to be here. I wanted to talk a bit about history of AI, because we know obviously that AI is a new technology, but actually artificial intelligence as a field started in the 1950s. Turing test was 1950. It's been around since as long as really computer science as a field. But what we've seen is hype, and in the 1960s, 1970s, especially 1980s, AI researchers overpromised what the changes would be impacted in society from AI, and we overpromised. we said that AI would change everything, and it didn't. And so in the recent AI revolution, I was very skeptical about this, and I really wanted to kind of rein back and say, actually, no, this is interesting, but it's not a world changer. Actually, over the past 5 years, 6 years, I've realized that this is a game changer. And actually, we're now at a stage where AI is changing the world. In the 1990s, we saw deep learning and huge revolutions in computer vision. In 2013, we start seeing ideas around word embeddings and large language models. 2018, there is a key paper called Attention is All You Need. And this sets the basis for all of large language models and things like ChatGPT, which is now used probably by everybody in this room most days. What does the T stand for in ChatGPT? Ask the students. Transformers. And so the paper introduced the model, the transformer model. The paper was co-authored by one of my ex-students, alumni from University of Birmingham, Cleon Jones. I'm very happy. I think this is probably the first time I announced this. In July, we'll be giving an honorary degree to Cleon at the University of Birmingham Degree Congregations. I'm really looking forward to inviting him back to our campus to do that. Following large language models, I was concerned that actually, while they were exciting, that was all there was to it, and there's going to be ever diminishing returns from large language models. It turns out, again, I was wrong. I've spent my entire career being wrong about AI and predicting when there was no hype, and actually, slowly I'm realizing actually that there is something here now. One thing on the horizon is agentic AI. This is an incredibly interesting and powerful idea where AI has its own agenda. It asks questions, it makes hypotheses, it does experiments. If you want to play with agentic AI, I strongly recommend Google Anti-Gravity, which is very, very expensive. It's typically £300 per month to use, but there's a free demo which you can use and you can play with. It's got a very steep learning curve, but once you work out what's going on, it's incredibly powerful. And I really recommend if you have a weekend to play with that. Finally, so AI research has been led by two main countries, America and China. Somewhere behind that third is the UK in terms of AI research and innovation. I've broken the computer. No, it's fine. But slowly, India is becoming a world leader in AI as well. And I predict that in the next 5 years, we will see India leading AI research and innovation. Thank you.
Because Professor Mark Lee was a great expert in the area of artificial intelligence and the Deputy Vice Chancellor of University of Birmingham. With that, we are moving to Dr. Neil Mansfield, a professor and executive dean who has been focusing throughout his life on research and international reputation. As you know, that we have a very close relationship with NTU. Their students have been part of our India immersion programs. Our students have been going on their TNE models and on their articulation program. Over to you. I'd like to listen from you now.
Yeah. Thanks very much for the invitation and the warm welcome. So, as a professor, I'm a professor in human factors engineering. So, the transformation we're seeing today is what I'm very excited about. It's about people and it's about engineering together. And that's what I love. So, what I wanted to highlight today is just to go back into history and to Nalanda Mahavihara. Have I said that? Okay.
Yes, correct.
Is that good enough? So this is an Indian center of learning from 6th, 7th century. And this was international. It had science and it had maths and logic. But it also had culture, belief, philosophy, linguistics. So two very distinct things as part of what it was doing at the time. And it drew people from all over the region. And I think of each of those as like drops of color and how they kind of can be beautiful if you drop color into water and it can just have a life of its own and do something really special. I think I see Amity now as a leader in making India a destination for learning and for culture, just like India has been through other examples through the years. And I think that one of the transformations we are seeing as we have this global synergy is that students no longer need to travel to get a good education. But here's my challenge. I think we need to be really careful that we don't focus on, well, only focus on what we do, but we also focus on why we do it. I was thinking of some examples. Maybe we are a manufacturer of snacks or drinks. Maybe we are Cobra. We work closely with PepsiCo as a university. And why we do it is about a product, it's about pleasure. It's about giving people an experience. But how we do it is actually manufacturing, it's distribution, it's finance, it's rapidly moving product. And so the engineering, if you forget all about the why we do it, then you lose your momentum and perhaps you will not be quite so successful. And so what I want to say is, as we move forward, yes, we need to embrace the technology, just like we accept that when we send an email, we assume it will be secure. If we interact with our bank, we assume it is secure. In the future, I hope when we interact, we will assume that the AI is secure, whereas today it is not. We will expect those standards. But as we go forward, I think we will see people really come back and students will come back to some of these distinctive areas that my university, for example, are specialists in, things like psychology and fashion and design, as well as the engineering, the AI, the cybersecurity, which are other parts of what we do. And just to wrap up, when I began, I was talking about drops of color in water. If you have ever done that, you will know you end up with a brown, badly colored mess. And so actually we need to be very careful in what we do and how we do it. Otherwise, we will all be the same. We will all be not very nice. And so we must be distinctive and we must plan to be distinctive rather than just to say, yes, we want everything. But my challenge to colleagues here from universities, as well as to you as students and alumni, is choose how you want to be distinctive. And as we go forward globally, our synergies, the way we mix, it should give us something that actually adds something to our experience rather than just making us all the same.
Thank you, Dr. Dean. With that, we'll move to the last two speakers, Professor Sunita and Dr. Nalinda. Professor Sunita, who is the Associate Pro Vice Chancellor at the University of Roehampton. Over to you, please. Very briefly, your remarks.
No, very briefly.
Thank you.
We're running short of time, so I won't take a lot of your time, but except to say very great thank you to Professor Singh for inviting us here. We have a relationship with Amity, a number of students articulated to our programs. I think what I would like to quickly highlight is that I'd like to focus on one of the most important things that underpins most of what we've been discussing today, and that is student experience, international student experience in particular, because I think all of our speakers that we suppose I'm not going to repeat, and we've seen some really good practice around international student experience and the recognition that international students bring a lot to this country when they come here in terms of their, cultural heritage, in terms of their cultural sensitivity, and the innovation and their knowledge, and all of that is to be appreciated. And so I'm not going to rehearse what has already been said, except that Roehampton is a special university. We have sister colleges, Sophia College in Mumbai, Christian College. So we are a university that is built on 4 charitable trusts. And the ethos of the university has always been 108 years of education, particularly women teachers. We have been training teachers for the past 180 years. And our ethos has always been humanity, compassion, and inclusivity. And this is something that we've gained a lot from our international students. In particular, our student, which is a society called Videsi Society, recently won the best student society at Nissau. So we're very proud of our heritage, very proud of we believe that education is not just about a degree, but it is about flourishing. And I think what we see in the universities here in the UK and anywhere else in the sector is the focus that we need to have, student experience. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Prita. Before Dr. Narendra, you speak, we have been joined by our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan. Someone was asking me, the President of York, that he saw my post on the LinkedIn and said that why you celebrate the Day of Belongingness. So I'll tell you that why we do that. Because the focus of our Honorable Chancellor has been that we should try to very proudly say that we belong to one family. And the growth which we have seen at MIT, 250,000 full-time students, about equal number in online education, a huge growth, about 28 schools in India and in foreign countries. It is because of the leadership which he has provided. And right from the very beginning, I got a chance to work very closely with him. But the more you work, you will realize that there are very few leaders in the world who will lead the teams by heart. And he's one such person, a product of University College London and LSE. And at the same time, always coming forward, has special affection for the alumni. I know that he was very busy, but then he came to say hello to each one of you. I would request him to speak, but at Harrow, he's the chairman. He's also the chairperson of the US American Chamber of Commerce. Lot of laurels attached to.
Thank you.
Intelligence technology. Over to you.
Dr. Singh, one can always see the passion in you when you speak. I'm absolutely delighted to join online here from Delhi today at this brilliant conference happening in Birkbeck College, our partners in London. There's a galaxy of academic leaders who have joined today. We are on behalf of the Amity Foundation, and we're so honored our Honorable Founder President Dr. Ashok Chauhanji has also joined online on behalf of Dr. Chauhan and every one of us. Most of you are close friends of the Amity family and all of us, and we cherish the relationship that we have. But the fact that you have come in person, spending your time speaking to our students and all the other academics who are joining online from all around the world, from the Amity fraternity, I can see hundreds and hundreds of them online who have listened to each word that you have said. It goes a long way in cementing the relationship we have and the vision that we have to further education together around the world. I can also see our brilliant students who are here on the study abroad program from India. Let me congratulate you. There are millions of students studying around the world in universities, but we have always seen that those students who have the courage and the visionary thought to go on study abroad programs, learn from other cultures, they are transformed when they come back to the country. And this was the vision of our and strong belief of our founder, Dr. Ashok Chauhanji. He had said, I want every year tens of thousands of my Amity students from around the world, whether it's from Dubai, from London, from India, or from Singapore, to travel all over the world and learn from other cultures. And what you get from walking the streets of London, looking at the history, what you learn, meeting great leaders, you cannot get sitting in your classroom. And for that, I congratulate you. And the opportunity that you have got today to listen to great speakers, great academic leaders will go a long way in building you as individuals. And when you go back to your campuses, from whichever campus you have come, you tell your fellow colleagues, I have come back more enriched because of what I have learned while during my stay of about a month or so in London from great leaders. And Dr. Karan Bilamoria ji, you have all heard our chief guest for today. And I am sure all the students would have given Lord Bilamoria you amazing loud claps, because we have seen whenever you speak the eloquence that comes out. But what is most important, and I have always appreciated this message that you give to young people, that how you can transform your life, how you came to this country. You became one of the youngest members of the House of Lords, how you built one of the greatest recognized brands, not only in the UK but around the world, how you became one of the tallest leaders in the field of academia, and one of the greatest ambassadors for friendship between our countries, India and the United Kingdom. So my dear students who are here today, you could not have been luckier to have learned from and heard from a person like Lord Bilamoria. Can I request all our students give a huge round of applause to the guest of honor today. And what our founder, Dr. Chauhan, always tries and imbibes in each one of you is that you have to be amazing, amazing success stories. You know, we have hundreds of thousands of you and the colleagues studying with us. We have over 750,000 alumni, and many of the alumni are here. I'm so proud. Maybe I will join again a bit later when the alumni are speaking. But it is this what you have to achieve. You know, you have to be, as students of Amity, you have to be different, you have to be unique, you have to have this vision that you have to transform society, you have to do something which people will remember. And that is the dream that each one of us has for each one of you. Dr. Gurinder Singh, a great leader, a great pillar of the Amity family. Dr. Lumi Vasu, who has been heading Amity London for so many years, and truly like a mother. Even when I travel at this point to London, you know, she's always concerned about the safety and of mine. So I know how much she cares for all the students who come from all over the world to our campus in London. And that is what defines Amity, and I think all the universities that are here, that our dream and why each one of us works every day is because we have a belief that if the future is bright, if there will be less poverty in this world, if there will be more harmony in this world, if this world will become a better place in the future, it is because of the youth of today. And that is the responsibility, my dear students of Amity, that you have to carry, this belief that your elders have in you, that you will do something transformational. So for that, I congratulate you, Dr. Gurinder Singh, and I thank you. And to all the speakers who have come, we are so grateful to have you as part of the family. To our Honorable Founder President, what you have given to this society and to this world in a vision of what we call Amity, we are extremely indebted to you. And Dr. Lumi, you are the host today in London. I'm sure you will take care of everyone. With that, my best wishes to all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chancellor. And with that, we come to the last speaker, Dr. Nalinda, Associate Dean of the Computer Science and Data Science of the St. John's University.
Thank you very much, guys, inviting me. I'm just a newly added member for your family. I think I'm not going to take much time, 3 minutes. I will try to make sure, finish it off. Well, I'm new to academia. Actually, I was in industry for nearly 20 years in companies like Amazon and Motorola for 15 years in UK. So I will make sure, and I'm going to take only 3 minutes of your time. So though you guys have talked about AI and everything, it's really good, disruptive, right? So, and I've been working for AI for nearly 20 years. So the question that I have is for most of you, AI is clear. A lot of companies are using 80% of AI in their forecast, and they're using it. But the 88% they're using in their companies, UK-wide, worldwide. But the only problem they face is the impact of AI. People are talking about AI, but the problem is the impact. Impact is very less, 39% of the impact. So from us, academia and the industry, right, how we make this gap smaller, 49% gap that we need to make that bridge smaller. That's where we need to come in actually. Begin your industry experience, your academia. I think Amity is doing a great job. I know I spoke to a few of your students last week about Gen AI and everything. I know some of the faces. So, and as a researchers, the universities, so they need to come up and bring up a solution how we bring this 49% of the gap. I know some of you talk about agentic AI, that's the way forward, I think. And a lot of the companies are working on it. AI at scale is the problem, right? So we do a little bit of cosmetic AI tools, that's really great. But how can we make it orchestrated and make it intelligent AI? That's where the problem is. So I'm not going to talk about that. But the key thing is, follow up with agentic AI. That's where I need to be. Even the researchers, the space to work on it. And for the leaders, the main challenge is leaders who need to adapt to the new AI thing. I was talking to one of my colleagues in Amazon and IBM. So their problem is a lot of directors and AI in product development level. So I got a lot of Gen Z staff coming with Gen AI things. How do we make it like a aim and the vision for them? That's where the problem lies. So 92% of new leaders within the industry, right? So they need to scale up quickly. Not only to learn the tools, but to learn up the new skills. How do we orchestrate things end to end? How do we scale it up? So that vision has to be there for the leaders. So those are the things that we need to bridge the gap. That 49%. Remember that number 49. We need to make it reduce. And the other thing from the Amity perspective, I know your visions are really good because you've been having branch campuses in countries like US, and your students are going here and there. I was talking to Carnegie Mellon, colleague of mine. What they are doing is, they are bringing companies like Amazon and Microsoft to the Carnegie Mellon. I think one of the things that you guys would want to do, bring Microsoft and companies into their premises to work with the industry. That will be the way forward, I think, because now the industry is in the same situation as the academia. They are in the same boat now. They are trying to solve this 49% gap. But I'm pretty sure, the UK will be leading that soon. So the companies, like Amazon and IBM, Amity can work with them in London would be great. I know some of the students have visited my university as well. And I took some of the students to IBM. So going forward, I can bring that industrial linkage to Amity going forward. I can do that. And Amity is in a great place to be in London, center of London, close to companies like Amazon, Motorola. So that'll be really good. So question is, guys, how do we orchestrate AI, agentic AI in the future is the way forward. And for the leaders, make sure you bring your knowledge up to stand with the scaling up of AI and how we use the intelligent orchestration in the future. Yeah, I'm not going to talk much more time. Thank you for inviting me, but I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing your students. Cheers.
Thank you, Dr. We are working very closely with IBM, rather in New York. On 13th, we are organizing a conference which is being supported by IEEE, Princeton, and IBM.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much, and also helping our students who have been visiting you, and you are taking them to the industry. In fact, we end with the panel discussion, but we also want to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Oneva, Dr. Anthony, who's the Associate Dean International with Arden University, Mr. James Foley, Head of the Bloomsburg. We are trying to create financial labs with them. Also, James Walker, of the Vice President of the Sage Publishing, Ms. Kiran Jackson, Director of the International Development, the Westminster Business School, Mr. Aditya Milkani, who is joining us from India, Ms. Lucy Thomas, who is a Director of the Royal Holloway University of London, Dr. Tiju, Head of the School Strategy Management of International Business, University of Northampton, Dr. Gill, Head of the Academic Partnerships, Business and Law at the University of Northampton. We started many projects with you, and thank you for supporting especially our India immersion programs. Ms. Mazia Yassin, Associate Director of College Westminster Business School, and Ms. Betty Kennedy, journalist and editor, Pine News, for covering this event. Thank you so much. And Ms. Amanda Baker, Business Development Manager at Kingston University, and Ms. Rebecca, International Partnerships at University of Westminster, and all the friends who have joined us. Thank you so very much. If very briefly anyone amongst the audience has to speak or say comments, we can invite two speakers for 2 minutes. You can raise hands, you can give your comments. We take it as granted that we have your support, we have your good wishes, but thank you so very much. Over to Mr. Ceremony.
Okay. Thank you. Now we move to the moment of gratitude and appreciation as we invite our esteemed dignitaries for the presentation of mementos as a token of respect and heartfelt remembrance. May I now request Dr. Gurinder Singh Sir and Dr. Luminita Vesu Ma'am to present memento to respected Lord Karan Bilimoria Sir, the guest of honor for today. Next in line. Next in line we have.
Next in line, we have Professor Colin Riordan, Secretary General at the Association of Commonwealth Universities.
Next in line, we have Ms. Flora Hamilton Ma'am, Chief Executive Officer, Chartered Association of Business School.
Next up, we have Ms. Vicky Lester, Chief Executive Officer at Case Center.
Thank you so much. Next in line, we have Professor Dibyesh Anand Sir, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Global Engagement and Employability, University of Westminster.
Following, we have Professor Mark Lee Sir, Vice Chancellor and President at University of Westminster.
Next in line, we have Mr. Neil Mansfield Sir, Professor and Executive Dean, Research and International Reputation, Nottingham Trent University.
Next, we have Professor Sunita Narendran Ma'am, Associate Pro Vice Chancellor, Internationalization and Global Engagement at University of Roehampton.
Next in line, we have Dr. Nalinda Somasiri Sir, Associate Dean, Computer Science and Data Science, York St. John University, London campus.
Next, let's welcome Ms. Olivia McLaughlin, Chief Operating Officer and University Secretary at University of Chichester.
Next in line, we have Mr. James Cole, Head Bloomsburg for Education, Bloomberg.
Continuing, let's welcome Mr. James Waller, Associate Vice President and Sales at Sage Publishing.
Next in line, we have Dr. Karen Jackson, College Director of International Development, Research-Led Global Economic Policy Group, University of Westminster.
Let's welcome Mr. Aditya Malkani, sir, Regional Director, the Association of Commonwealth Universities.
He's there.
So let's welcome Ms. Lucy Thomas on stage, who is Global Engagement Director at Royal Holloway, University of London.
Next in line, we have Mr. Tiju Kodiat, sir, Head of School Strategy Management and International Business, University of Northampton.
Let's welcome Ms. Gil Oglivel Johns, Head of Academic Partnership, Faculty of Business and Law, University of Northampton.
Next in line, we have Dr. Mazia Yassim, ma'am. The next in line, we have Ms. Beth Kennedy, ma'am, journalist and editor, Pi Media Events, Search for International Education.
Next.
Next in line, we have Miss Amanda Baker, ma'am, Business Development Manager, Kingston University.
Last but not the least, let's welcome Ms. Rebecca Schoenfield, International Partnerships Officer at University of Westminster.
That comes to the end of the conference, and thank you so much to Dr. Loomis. And I will request you if you can summarize the entire event, and then we'll start with the Q&A. But thank you for hosting so many students, and then becoming a mother to them and taking very good care.
Thank you for organizing.
Thank you, participants.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, sir.
We are starting up with alumni meet. Please settle down.
We are starting with the alumni meet soon. Please settle down fast. Thank you so much. So, I'll surely connect your LinkedIn. Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was my first international conference, but sir,
Sterling job.
thank you so much. It was great. We'll surely connect on
I hope so.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Your speech was fantastic. I mean, like, I was totally good.
I just made them book.
Thank you.
Please announce that you are starting.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. You too.
See you soon. When are you back again? 19th. Tuesday. Okay, next Tuesday. I go on Saturday. Please come over. Polite time. And the question of my itinerary. Yes, if we can, we will. We're in Delhi for a while. One day. Just send me a text. Okay, I'll send you a text.
Thank you so much.
Organizer, you can announce we are starting now. Dr. Goya, he wants to have one step with you.
Please. Right. Picture, who's going to take it? Thank you. Oh, another one. Right here. All the best. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Have a
Very
great
welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please settle down. We are starting with our alumni meet. Can I request all the students to please settle down quickly?
As we continue celebrating global collaboration and academic excellence, we now move towards the alumni meet segment, a wonderful opportunity to reconnect, reflect, and celebrate the achievements of the Amity alumni community across the world.
Now, I would request Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh sir to please moderate the alumni meet.
Welcome all. Should I speak from here or you want?
Yeah, you can speak from there.
You can hear me? Okay. I think it's so good when you speak to your family members, and I can see so many of you with whom we have spent decades. I can see a few who were with us almost 3 decades back. There were few who have very recently graduated, but each one of you have got a story to tell. You have struggled, and then you make your own way. This is a session which is closest to our heart. And your founder always talks about it, that any institution is built on the reputation of their alumni. And so is your Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan. And you know that those who have worked very closely, and I can see few of you who have worked very closely with that group, you helped us to establish institutions. But very proudly, if someone asks anyone in the top leadership at MIT that anything beyond business, what we value the most, it is a relationship with our alumni. So give a huge applause to all of them. and I think that many youngsters who are sitting here who have come on the study abroad program, maybe that you will not realize it today, but years later, when you will graduate and when you will come and when you will become the CEOs, directors, I can see many directors, CEOs now, vice presidents here. But then when you come back, it's a very different kind of feeling. Coming back, talking to others. I was just sitting here when Pragya voted. And which batch you were? 2000? 2007. So, and I was just looking at that, a very small young girl, she joined us and coming on the stage from Hills, and then suddenly becoming so much part of the family. Initially very shy, then coming on the stage, and then every program which we organized for years she compared. Today, when we see her, she is a director and head of one of the leading companies here. But we feel so happy that she has come back. Give a huge applause to her. Told the story of Mr. Yashraj, who is the senior vice president. I will not speak much about everyone because otherwise I will keep on speaking, and Dr. Lumi is reminding me that you need to cut it short. So professors, they can speak well. So I'll just acknowledge the presence of everyone. Mr. Yashraj, who is the senior vice president, WNS procurement. Give a huge applause to him. He did our BBA finance with us, 2005-2008 batch. Mr. Abdul Ghani Ahmed, who did 2015 to 2019. He did a bachelor's degree in hotel and business management. Amber Khare, who's the vice president of the Citibank. He did MBA International Business with us, 2007-2009. We remember his significant contribution.
This on the web for Amber Khare, who is the vice president of the Citibank.
Yeah. Technology has its own losses also. That while taking notes, right, they do this. This also someone very young taught me how to take notes. So she's also here, right? So I had a secretary. So and she was taking notes very fast. So one of the youngsters said that, well, you can use technology, and then you don't need a secretary. So look, I use that, but I think still human beings are better. And then we have Ankita Arora, who is an associate software, JP Morgan Chase in UK. Give a huge applause to her. BTech 2021 batch. Then we have got Ayushi, who is doing PhD at the University of Edinburgh. Keep on applauding for all of them. Bhavya Sachdeva, who is working at an American Express and has done his BTech 2014 to 2018. Mr. Bilal Nazif, who is a PhD researcher, so a huge applause to him. Devrati Rana, I think that she's not here. She's here, Devrati. No, I think you're in your batch. You're junior, but from the royal family of Nepal. She told me she'll be coming, maybe that she'll be joining a bit late. 2008 to 2010, we have got Divya Madan, who's a policy consultant. 2020 to 2022, we have got Priyanka with us. Yeah. Remember Priyanka? We used to have long chats even with Papa. He used to come. I think that very big man in pharma industry. Good to see you. Yeah. Then we have got Divya Madan, who is a policy consultant, 20 to 2022 batch, MBA Finance. Keep on applauding for her. Gaurav Kapoor, who's working as a vice president, 2012 to 2016 batch. We have got Harishankar Baju, who works for the Avian United Kingdom, 2017 to 2021 batch. Mayank Rajput, who works as a nuclear engineer, 2010 to 2015 batch. Chelsea, who's the co-founder of Delegate Technologies at 2021 to 2025. Palak Makkar, who works for the Accenture in Thailand. Reva Shahid, who works as a research associate at Silico, Oxford. Keep on applauding for all of them. Shivani, I can't see. Shivani there? Shivani Bhalla. think that she would be joining a bit later, but she is the head of the Brunel University, recruiting for them as a head of the international student recruitment. Sunidhi Sharma, who is a forensic anthropologist who did our forensic science with us 2022 to 2023. Please keep on applauding for her. Venkatesh Sharma, data science researcher 2018-2022. And Amita Roy, communication manager, University of Leeds. And Shashank Sharma, technical manager, Bentley Motors 2005-2009. Simran Janeja, who's with Cranfield University, doing advanced courses. We got Aditi, one of the very young alumni who has very recently joined University of Birmingham. We've got Abbas Gaba, and then we have got a very young boy, Avesh Khan, who came this year and has become the president of the University of London. Yeah. So give a huge applause to him. When he told me that he's contesting elections, I said, well, you're too young. And then good to see that great leaders. So we will request each one of you, not in any sequence, you can come, speak, share your story of struggle and success, but please confine very briefly. Over to you. Come.
Hello guys, good to see you all. First question, how many of you are from 3C batch here? Anybody from 3C? Amazing. So I used to be in this very same building around 5-6 years back as a BTech mechanical engineering 3C student. A lot of dreams, got on a flight to London. Very difficult experience. I was first time outside and I just can't think, where I've reached. So sometimes in the midst of reaching where you want to be, you forget to look back and see where you've come from. And hearing all these people here tell me about how to look at life and what they have done, I think I'd just like to advise that don't try to be perfect. Just try to be what you guys are, because progress is still what matters rather than striving to achieve perfection. Because I was someone like that. I always wanted to be perfect, but met with a lot of failures, but then realized that progress is still important. Thank you very much to Amity for this opportunity, because to you, all of you, this is just the beginning. That exposure you have compared to other people back home, the ability to travel outside, be out of your comfort zone, try to experience the world. That has made all this difference. So I did my master's here from Cranfield, and then I worked for AVL. It was challenging, very challenging, to be honest. The world is not very easy here. So when you just come out of this bubble, here you have your friends, faculty, everyone supporting you. But when you're outside, it's a whole new ball game. You're on your own. There are challenges, there are hardships, and you need to always remind yourself that everyone has got your back. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I feel really blessed to be here. Thank you, and good luck to you all.
So proud of you.
Hello, Amity. Can I get a big hi? Hello.
Hello.
Good to see. I know it's evening time. Energies are going down. I think probably me and Priyanka would be the senior most here. 17 years back, 2007, 2009 batch. Oh, you're there, Lisa. So it's good to be back here. I am head of HR and professional development with my company. I work in hospitality and from the HR field. So I would like to say, I think you've mentioned it already, a lot of memories are flushing back, and it's good to see you all. You have a lot of aspirations, and like Sir said, Amity is as good as you make it. So make most of your time over here. There will be struggles that will come on your way. There will be challenges, but it matters how you treat them. If you take them as a learning experience, it'll be good for your growth. And always reach out to your teachers, your support mentors. As far as I remember, Amity has like an open door policy. I could reach out to Sir directly if I had any issues, any mentoring. I've been mentored by him. Like he said, I was shy, but I became MC for a very, very long time. And it's a great experience to be in Amity. It's a great sense of belongingness. Make most of it is what I'll say. You'll make friends for life. You'll make knowledge that will take you far, far away. So all the best to all of you. Wishing you all the luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To all of you, if you can give one memorable one memory you have, and then one lesson you learned from MIT and your message.
Okay. One memory, I have all my memories doing what you guys are doing. It is a brilliant job, by the way. Well
Thank
done.
you so much.
And this taught me how to firefight, how to think on my feet. There are things that sometimes go wrong, and you have to come up with ideas that, keeps the show running. So I would say, my memories are all about the events that we participated in, the people we met, really good August gathering we always got for all the events we've had. And it was great learning experience. And again, you can take it as a task that you have to attend it. It'll be your loss. You should treat it as an opportunity. Interact with people. You see us, come and talk to us. Find out what we're doing, and so on and so forth. You meet delegates over here. Take time out and speak to them. Make most of the opportunities that Amity is providing, I would say. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for mentoring always. Thanks.
Well, hi everyone. Sorry, I wasn't ready for this. But all I can say is it's a great opportunity to be here, to see you in person finally after so many years. We've been kind of chatting on WhatsApp and all those channels, but it's really good to be here. Well, I am the regional PNC lead for Sabarna Jurong Group. Probably most of you people know it. So I manage America, UK, Europe, and all the entities and brands that falls under the group. And it's been, as you mentioned, it's been a tough journey. It's not easy, but all good things take time, take work, take patience. And there's a lot of bleed that you have to do. Just don't shy away. That's about it. And I think the only thing that I have learned throughout my journey is do not forget where you come from. Irrespective of the fact you had your father as a big pharma person in India, it was in India. You're in a new country. No one knows you here. You need to build up your own reputation. Don't rely on what you have because it's not going to be there with you tomorrow. So you can rely on your own abilities. That's the best you can do. Do not forget when you come from, where you come from. Like for this event, my husband's like, you should wear a sari. I was like, yes, I should. But I was like, it's raining. But yeah, so it's all I would say is like, I'm not going to give you a lot of yarn around like what to do. You guys are smart enough. If you're in Amity, you're smart enough. So just utilize all the opportunities that you have. As Pragya said, you've got us. Get in touch with us. We'll do whatever we can in the best of our abilities. And that's about it. I think for memories, I've had wonderful memories with Amity. I think I was blessed that I had the opportunity to interact with Sir, Gurinder Sir, Dr. Ashok Chauhan. I had so many conversations, and that I think shaped me in terms of I was shy, kind of come and speak, but I think people like Sir have actually brought us up, and this is where we are. So thank you so much, Sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you MIT for organizing this alumni event in London. So actually what happened that last Thursday or Friday, I was just randomly open my email and then I saw, okay, there's this alumni meeting in London. So I thought, okay, I'll just go there. I am Mayank. I am 2010 to 2015 batch from Nuclear Science and Technology. It's a very small department in J Block, I guess. And I still remember back when I was doing my master's, it was only 5 students in our batch. So classes were a nightmare. I did my PhD in plasma physics, and I moved here as a nuclear engineer, and I'm working at a renewable energy company that's trying to harness the nuclear fusion as a power source. So it's a fun work. There's a lot of things that I learned at Amity University during my master's. I implement most of those knowledge and skills. And yeah, the time that I spent in MIT was phenomenal. Although I never had been a good student or a great student, so I can't advise you to be the greatest or what other leaders have told you, to be a change, to be a revolutionary. I would never advise you that. Just enjoy the process, do what you want to do, and have fun.
That's been very modest. You can't do PhD. God bless.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep coming.
Welcome. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Divya Madan and I am currently pursuing development studies applied econometrics at the London School of Economics. and thank you so much, sir, for inviting me. And I did my BA Honors Economics from Amity. Then I did my MBA Finance from Amity. Then I got a campus placement through Amity at ICICI Bank. And I have so many memories because at 5 years I've also stayed in Amity hostels. Also, I was the president of sports club. So Sangathan, we all know how we are blessed to enjoy the Sangathan for a whole 2 months. And I think I am blessed to be a part of Amity because I could fulfill my bucket list. It was in my dream to visit UN as well as the Parliament. During my budget session through Amity, I got a chance to visit the Parliament and later on for the UN COP14 conference. So I would like to thank Sir and for all these opportunities so that I can fulfill all the bucket list. And though I am studying in LSE right now, my finals are going on, but still I had a privilege to attend this meeting because I always feel that Amity is always my first priority. Thank you so much for everything.
Do well in your exams. Taken from me.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhas Kaba. I attended Amity Bachelor's of Planning, the first cohort 2011 to 2015. This was E3 block, and I then went to Oxford to do my master's in public policy, and then I worked with KPMG in Ireland. I worked in United Nations in Belgium, and then I attended London Business School for my MBA. And now I'm in the process of launching my company called Nexus. It's a networking platform, which is sort of a better LinkedIn. And one thing which is always on my mind is how do I help give back to my school, Amity? And this was the first time that I saw, okay, Amity, something is happening in London. I'm like, I have to go. And I would also invite the school and all of you to probably be more active, because I'm not aware if we have an active WhatsApp group or a LinkedIn group of Amity in London, but I think we can all help each other. There are so many times when we come across opportunities, I'm like, yes, I have to share with people who might need it, maybe here or students who are graduating soon and looking for jobs in London or elsewhere. So I think this is something I would love to initiate and see how we can support. And yeah, if there's anyone who is looking for any sort of mentorship, be it either in London or how to find jobs or otherwise starting up, I'll be more than happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Just to answer to your question, we have an alarm in London, but of course, because you finished in India, you are not on our database, but please get in touch.
Let's make it more active.
Absolutely.
We have a WhatsApp group, we have a link, but we'll send you. Your point is well taken, but feel so proud of you. Yeah. Very impressed. It's coming. See you.
Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea and probably the youngest one here. I was in 3C last year, with Gurinder sir. Had a chat at the cafe about a story and I never struggled in my life, I think. I was born with a golden spoon. I never struggled. I founded 2 companies with a friend of mine and both are online based. So we are still trying to expand it in London here. Right now, I'm actually doing MBA, but I'm kindly focused on how AI can grow. So I have written a research paper, probably getting published next month. It's AI-powered platform for neurodivergent kids. So it's kind of social, it's kind of business, it's kind of computers that I did. That's all. I think I've never struggled.
Any message for the youngsters, the juniors?
The SAP people here, just enjoy your life. You're here to enjoy. I enjoyed a lot in 3C. I learned a lot in 3C.
Thank you so much.
Please come. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. In a long time. Absolutely.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. It's lovely as you were. Thank you. So I was probably the last addition to the group of alumni to be invited over here. Basically, somehow I got in touch with Vanita ma'am. She reached out. I missed out her message, basically. So, lovely to be here. I am part of the 2009 batch itself. I did my MBA at that same time. Struggles, fairly many. However, if you look back at it, the learnings that came from it were immense because they are still helping me. You know, the projects, the deadlines, the stuff that we were doing, the studies that we had to complete, the attendance piece as well. So that was a nightmare. Although, having said that, I am working with Coforge UK. I recently joined them as head of project management, and immense amount of the learnings that I took from my time with MIT. I think they are still with me, and I still am using them day in, day out, because here also there's a lot of firefighting. Somebody spoke about firefighting. You did, right? So that firefighting, yes, it helps. It makes you a better person. Believe me when I say that, because right now, or when I was there, I used to crib about it. You know, why am I working on so many things when we have to go to the classes? The attendance is something that is very, very stringent, and at the same time have to finish the projects, the presentations. Believe me, they'll definitely help you big time throughout your life, personally as well as professionally. So that is it, and lovely to meet you again, sir. Been a long time now. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashima Kalra. At the moment, I'm working with Santander Bank as customer experience consultant. I have a very long association with Amity. I've done my BBA as well as MBA from 2005 to 2010. To be honest, I've told my husband, almost every day, the best days I've lived in my Amity days. I've had the best of memories, the best of faculties. To be honest, I'm still in touch with many, many faculties. Anupama ma'am being the main mentor of mine always, and whenever she's in London, I always visit her. Sorry. I think Amity, everyone we're talking, learning, knowledge comes everywhere, but I think Amity shapes personality. Me personally, my professional as well as personal development, the personality development has been amazing. I think it helps you face all the challenges with a lot of confidence and stride. That's my main, learning from Amity, and I think that has been a key success in my journey. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Pallavi. Hello sir. I think I'm not in the pamphlet, and I was just messaging Dr. Prakash that मेरा नाम तो announce नहीं हुआ. So I was like, will I get a chance? Okay. So I'm from the 2013 to 2017 batch, BTech Biotechnology at the Amity Noida campus. No, my dad is not in pharma, but I still make it big. So I work at Ernst & Young now, and I'm a biomedical scientist. I also worked at the Royal Society of Biology for a bit, and I've been in the UK since 2017. I was one of the first students to go from my batch. I've done a double master's from Newcastle University and the University of Glasgow, and I've been in the UK for a bit. I'm still far from the IR, but let's see, hoping for the best. I would like to mention that when I was there, the associate director at that time, Anand Sahi sir, I think he was a part of the examinations. He recently retired. So he was a sort of a source of support for all of us, and exams when we all used to cheat, a lot of people. So he used to sort of catch us, and he was like they used to come with the entire team of controllers. But that's what made me who I am today, and I'm really grateful. And I'm also on to a TED Talk in September, so I'll probably share it with Abbas and all of you on the link and everything. But this is what it is, and Amity has made me what I am today, and I'm really proud to be here. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. I think when it comes to Amity, I think it's a lot of memories, a lot of learning that we all have. At least I have. I'm thankful to Amity on on a lot of aspects because I was a student of batch like BA in journalism and mass communication. I've worked in channels like Republic and NewsX as a reporter, and I've done my reporting, fair share of reporting in UK. And I think all of that happened because of Amity. And right now I'm an external communications manager for the University of Leeds. So my journey in the field of media and communication has been fairly I won't say it was smooth, but the opportunity that I got starting from India has to be for Amity, for the faculty who are absolutely field oriented, who are from the field, and Amity really selects, and I really appreciate. I remember that because of Dr. Pooja Chauhan, she has been pioneering with our film studios, and we have Amity Noida has that, and the apparatus, the softwares like Octopus or iNews that we get to handle. So once we're in the field, we do not like get a slap on the face that, oh, we don't you don't know anything. We know a fair share of it, like we know the technical bits, we know how to carry out a rundown, especially if I'm talking about my field. When I come to the UK and I say that I'm from Amity and I know over here during my assignments how to handle all of these, I think largely, in my internal soul felt that, gratitude that I owe to Amity. Definitely my parents, my family, there were great reporters like, Mr. Prem Sen, who really helped me out over here, my friends, of course. But I think all of it, Amity Noida campus, I remember being an MC, and Amity has provided with great amounts of opportunities. And definitely my thanks to, Dr. Atul Chauhan, our founder president as well, who, I was, by the way, a recipient of the Founders President Award as well, 2021 to 24 batch. So, and then, of course, my master's from the University of Leeds, where I'm working now as well. So, I think all of the grades that I achieved and a lot of practical learning from Amity, not that it's journalism, so I have to read a lot and mug up a lot. That's not how journalism works, and that's how I learned it from Amity as compared to other universities. I had friends from there. So I think Amity deserves like a huge round of applause, right, for all of this. So thank you, and I really look forward to engaging more with my alumni society. So thank you so much.
So impressively.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Not
Thank you.
very nice. Well. Just come now. This side and then this side. Please go.
Like,
just 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Niharika, and thank you to Gurinder sir for inviting. I've been a part of Amity from 2011 to 2016. I did my bachelor's and MBA in International Business School with sir. I've done so many events with him. So I think the very first thing that Amity teaches you is to evolve yourself and to learn more about yourself. I think you never know enough of who you are until you keep learning things, you keep going out and you keep evolving, and Amity has given me a lot of that. I was somebody who used to sit in the corner, never speak so much, always find it hard to enter a group of people and start talking and having conversations. But starting from the events that Amity has introduces, and then makes you a part of it, and how you are supposed to be within that, and how these people are doing it, standing here and hosting the whole show. I think doing that has given me immense personality change, a confidence that has completely outshaped my life. I would also say that never really be particular about one path in career, because you never know what changes. Up until last year, I was working as a head of careers and employability with colleges. I worked for University of West London. I worked with Trinity of Leeds University, and today I am starting my own business, which is leading with, working with society, working with artists, starting something that would help more in the society towards the creative ideas. That's called 8 Moons. It's not launched yet. I'm still working on the initial phases of it, but I would just introduce myself as the founder and creative director for that. And then most of the thanks goes to Amity because, it has completely shaped of who I am today. And I would say the same to all of you that, never be afraid of where you're going, what you want to do. And if you want to quit and start something new, all you need is a lot of confidence, a lot of passion for what you're doing. And there's no failure or there's no success. Your success relies on how you perceive it and how you see it, not where your colleague is, where your partner is, where your family is. That's not how you see it. You see where you feel satisfied, where you feel that's where I want it to be. And if you feel you've reached that place, you are successful. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
You have to go somewhere? No. You want to, you can speak first.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
No, wait. Yeah. Look here. They are speaking for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Malavika. I am from 2023 pass out batch. I did my forensic science bachelor's in MIT. My most favorite memory in MIT is basically MCing. I used to MC for 3 years straight, and Chaya ma'am, she gave me all the opportunities that was available. She used to call me at 5 p.m. and she was like, "Get here now, you need to MC this event." And luckily, I used to live 10 minutes away from it. It was all great. Right now, I work as a health and safety auditor at Blank Street. So basically in the hospitality industry. I actually did my master's in crime and forensic science, but I think I decided to change my career. I was like, okay, this sounds good. I started as a barista because when I came here, it's not easy. It's not easy moving to a new country where you don't know anyone. I had to start off as a barista, and luckily I got hired at Blank Street a year back, in 20. Which year is this? Yeah, 2025. I got hired at Blank Street, and then from there it was a step up. And right now I work as the health and safety auditor / advisor, and I'm actually seeing where this journey will take me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All on you.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdul and I'm currently working as a global HR operations manager, and it's for a tech firm based in Birmingham. Right, so I graduated from Amity back in 2019 and I was studying bachelor's in hotel management. At that time, even I was just like you guys, I was unsure on what to do in life. And after that, I did a master's with University of Portsmouth. And then after that, I got a job in the UK, which was very hard to find. That time, we didn't have PSW like you guys. So that time it was just, find this job, otherwise it's go back home. Illuminize agreed. They're like, yeah, this was us, just the one opportunity. So at that time we didn't have PSW. Luckily we got a job. I got a job, and then I've been working with the same company since the past 5.5 years. It's been a while, and yeah, I'm really thankful for all the teachings that Amity has given me, and all of those skills that we use now. Being a professional, I think we're still using them, and even now I think I'm still motivated by all the alumni. When everyone said it, I've got probably about 2 people who are now looking into entrepreneurship, which is very interesting. I think I'm still motivated by that, and I would love to see an entrepreneurship group with Amity, and then see how I can, kind of join with that, and then also have those conversations with you guys. But yeah, apart from that, thank you, sir, for inviting me, and thank you, everyone.
Luminaya, you are no, the girl in the pink shirt. So okay, good. Yeah. So, you should feel proud on your friend. Yeah. Good.
Hello everyone, I'm Avesh Khan and I'm currently pursuing my master from Queen Mary University of London. I feel too blessed and proud to announce that I've recently got elected as education president and Asian community ambassador at the University of London, including all 13 campuses in London. I would like to acknowledge how Amity has played a huge role in changing and shaping my life. And just because of Amity, I met Sir and now working with Sir in some projects in India as well. And soon to launch my fresh fruits energy drinks with some of my friends in UK. And I hope Sir will gonna support me in that. And Amity played a huge role. You are already investing in a lot, Sir. Thank you everyone for having me here. Thank you so much, Sir, for having all of us here.
Come, your friend, you can also come and join. Come. Yeah. You also from Queen Mary University of London?
No,
Okay.
From Anglo Ruskin.
You can share what perception you have about our students.
I have many friends studying in Amity. Apparently, I'm not from Amity. I'm from India. I met him here, and he's a very nice person. He was very nervous when he was contesting the election. He was like, "I'm so worried. Will I be able to make it?" And when he won, he made his first call to my. We all were sitting together, and he made his first call and said, I won that election, and then so many universities were there, so many people were there, and then they still chose me. It was around 1,800 votes you got?
Yeah, 1800 something.
1,800 something. I said, that's a lot you have done. And then he's still doing it. As a matter of concern, I have completed my law here, Masters of Law here. And I was so confused, like I was hearing her saying that you can change your careers as much as you want. It is like the satisfaction level, your success depends on where you are satisfied. I feel I have done law. I'm not sure I'm going to continue in that or not, but because I'm not sure, I don't want to go back India and then with our society questioning every time you went to London and what have you done. I've decided to stay here. I've applied for PSW, and maybe in this 2 years I will figure out where I have to land. Although I have interest in teaching, so I might continue there, but still not sure where to go. Thank you very much.
Very happy. Congratulations to you. But very happy for you, Avish.
Thank you, sir.
Because I remember that just few months back, he just thought that maybe that I'll go abroad. Right? And today when I see him after 6 months, totally changed person, coming here, that you meet so many people, but anyone who was totally different 6 months back, and then coming here, and then in India also, he was always there that I want to do this project. Can you please help me? Can you please tell me how I can arrange finances? And very happy and feel so proud on you.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Good luck. Last evening, he came specially to the hotel. I just reached. I said I was very tired. No, I still want to come, and I like to meet you. God bless. Right, keep on working and take the Amity fly very high.
Thank
All the best. Good luck. मेरे को मालूम है तो कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर बनेगा क्या? Take it from me. Okay. All the best. Anyone from the back? Yeah. All right. Yeah, please. Okay, I'll go.
So I think the best part is that trend continues because my first name begins with Y. So I ended up presenting always in the end. I think it continues. Exactly, best for the last. And I don't know if any of you were ever in the old campus of Amity in Sector 45. But 44, yeah. So I graduated from Sector 44, 2008 batch. I joined it in 2005. And again, the best part, which everybody's already spoken about, is the fact that Amity teaches you a lot. So some of my best experiences have been in all the management fest that used to happen. I'm not sure if we still have it in India, especially with the Bangalore. Going to Bangalore, so I think best learnings that I've had in terms of working in a corporate setup were through those best manager events, finance club, and so on and so forth, which I think really shaped me to still continue to have a successful career in the corporate sector with multiple M&As and restructuring and so on and so forth. So that's one thing I wanted to highlight. It's a great platform to learn and interact with everybody else. Then again, in terms of themes, obviously everyone's spoken about how, like in the past, we used to have like a very stable career paths, but now it's more fluid. So I think it's all about learn, unlearn, and relearn. So which will continue, especially with all the new technologies that are coming in, from AI to Gen AI to agentic AI. So yeah, so I think those were the key things. Just wanted to quickly add, and it's great to be part of this setup and community here, and look forward to future interactions. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. I am Aditi, and my heartiest gratitude to our founder, our chancellor, and to you, sir, especially for inviting me here. I was a BBA IB AI 20 to 2023 batch, and then I worked with Amity for 2 more years approximately in the International Affairs Division. Now I am doing my MSc in International Business at the University of Birmingham. So I feel I belong to Amity in 2 prospects, as a student and as an employee as well. So I've seen how the senior leadership at Amity is working with so much passion day and night. And sir, not focusing on health. I've traveled with him as well, and I see him. He's never tired, and I tell sir, no, sir, I am tired. Please stop. I have been a rebel kid with sir, of course. But I think one of a small instance I want to share when I joined. I think I was a person who was very shy being on stage, public speaking, giving presentations. And so I used to tell sir, no, sir, I cannot do this. And he used to be like, no, Aditi, you'll have to do. This is your job. You'll have to do. And at that point of time, I used to think, why is sir saying this to me? Why can't he give this to somebody else? Why am I in this position? But today, when I carried all those things from Amity to UB, and now I'm a trainee at Mackenzie, a forward learner trainee at Mackenzie. And last week, we gave a presentation to EY consultants. We were working on creating an app for prisoners in UK and around the world, and how they can, come out of prisons and find their way to their purposeful lives. And it was a competition kind of, and we won the second prize, and we are getting an opportunity to be visiting the EY office in London. What I have observed is Amity has backed me up and down, bashed me up and down, given me so many challenges which I was never prepared for. But with the push of sir and my teachers, Meghna ma'am, I think my biggest cheerleader, I think what I take forward is that putting in effort is very important everywhere, and not worrying about what the result is going to be. The effort matters a lot. And with evolving AI as the topic of the conference today, what I feel, of course, it scares me quite often how I'm going to be, how I'm going to survive the market with such a fast-paced evolving AI. But now I feel that not being scared and work on myself, on adapting AI with what I currently do and what skills I already have, and most of it communicating myself to people I want to be or the jobs I want to fetch is very important. No AI, no robot can, teach you soft skills, how to negotiate, how to communicate on business tables, and how to present yourself. And I think that's the way you will actually sustain in the market despite being this disruptive AI, everything going on. And I think I have been the person who has attended with sir a lot of meetings, conference meetings, for long meetings, and now I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed that when somebody outside Amity now appreciates me on something, I feel like, oh, I think I learned something now. I feel like, yes. And
I think the way he negotiates, the way he makes proposals, and the way he's taught me to think out of the box, I think thank you so much, sir. It would have not been possible without you. And the way I feel the senior leadership at Amity works upon with students, and day and night, I used to see sir sending emails to the founder, to the chancellor, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and tagging us along that I used to say, sir is not sleeping. But I think every day with the same kind of passion and dedication to work I've never seen in any workspace. And it also motivates me to work similarly and put myself in that journey of success. I've learned a lot, and I feel every day at Amity, all our teachers, our leadership members, our teams are only thinking about the students at the end of the day. So I think Amity gives all the students a full bucket of opportunities to get, just grab. And I think grabbing those opportunities is very important. And I think you're already in the right place because you're here today. And exploring countries through SAP gives you a chance to explore how and what cultures you can explore and which country suits you the best. So this might be your first trip internationally, and maybe upcoming semesters you guys can travel more countries as the part of SAP or twinning programs or 3C programs, and it gives you an outlook of how world really works and is. I was never that person who can stay alone, like by myself doing household chores, but now I feel like a superwoman. Okay. That's all from my side. All the best to everybody who is here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Aditi, who hardly used to speak 3 lines. You can see that how she speaks. But thank you so very much. God bless you, and do always well at Mackenzie. Right? And one day when you will become a chief of Mackenzie, come back. Right? I'm sure you will.
I think what I've learned is working for anybody else is good, but having something of your own is the best thing. So what with sir and my conversation, I have always told him, sir, I think I'll never be able to do a job for the longest period of time because I've been a rebel. I always used to tell, sir, I want a work-life balance. And you see, what is the work-life balance? Now I realize that the work-life balance comes from when you have a good work life. Then you get a good life. So I'm sorry, sir, for arguing you on my work-life balance at my employee tenure at Amity. So,
No problem. Daughters are always very special with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless. With that, we stop here, and we have been joined by our Honorable Chancellor. As you know, that he lives for the students, he talks about the students, and he always says that he belongs to students. So give a huge applause to him, and I would request him to bless all of you.
Dr. Singh, I was while I was doing my other meetings, I was listening to all the alumni who have come, and I can see Dr. Lumi. She's got a big smile on her face, and Dr. Lumi has a big heart. So I can't really see her from so, but I know she's emotional because it's so heartwarming and so heart touching to have listened to each and every of our alumni, and how they remember their time at Amity, the growth that they had, the transformation they had. And I think to all the young current Amitians who are there, who are studying in various courses, across all the journeys that you heard today, it is that you have to have the courage to take risk. You have to have the courage to go outside of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to try new things. You have to work extremely hard. And that is really how you become successful in life, and so many stories of transformation of your seniors who were not comfortable in speaking, and now look how confidently they were. You went to some of the best universities. One of you is at LSE, Oxford, London Business School, so many of other top universities. You have gone working in great organizations. Many of you are entrepreneurs. And I still remember, Pragya was there. I still remember her when she used to MC events. So many of the other ones who were there when you were there as young people. And and it's truly these events. You brought it out that Amity gives a huge platform to young students. It is those who utilize those platforms, they really become successful. And to all of you who came today as alumnus, let me tell you, we are so proud of your achievements. We are proud to be one family with you. There's nothing which gives us more happiness than to see you happy in life, to see the success that you have, and always remember that we are there, whether it is Dr. Gurinder Singh, whether it is your heads of institutions, your faculty members, your founder, Dr. Chauhan. Dr. Chauhan has this tremendous connection and love for all his students. And I know, you know that Dr. Chauhan is a very religious person. He prays every day. And I see that in his prayers, he always prays for the success and well-being, not only of all his students, all his alumni, but all the family of all of yours. So his presence is always there with each one of you. And we have campuses, we have faculty, we have resources all over the world who have one single aim in mind. How can we ensure that our students do well? And some of you touched on this aspect of belongingness, of caring. I think what really differentiates Amity to many other institutions, not only within India but around the world, is this deep personalized care and attention that we strive for with each one of our students. And when we see our alumni, and when we see so many of you, the way you have spoken, you have recounted what you are doing, it really makes everything worth it. And Dr. Singh, it is, I called Dr. Sodi, the head of our worldwide IT, and I said, are you recording this? Because I want this clipping of all our alumni who have spoken, to be recorded and to be shown to as many of our students who are currently studying. Because there were so many valuable lessons. One of the alumni said, when you are sitting in sessions, when speakers are coming, don't take it as a task. It is, take it as a learning, and it is many times, even the students who are sitting here, who are part of the 3C or the SAP, they may not understand this at this point of time. But it is when they graduate from the portals of Amity, do young people really understand the benefit of every exposure that is given to them. So to all the alumni who have spoken today, we are so proud of you. It was so heartwarming, so heart touching. And Dr. Singh, if you can please share the email ID of each one of them who has come today. One of you has their examinations going on. Yes, you have to give exams. Who spares time when they have exams? But your love for Amity made you come here today. Each one of you here who is here today is because of the good memories that you have and the growth that you have. We are so proud. We will always be in touch. You will do many things in life, but Amity will always be your family. We will always be together till the end of your days, till the end of our days. We will be one family, and I am so proud of that. And so thank you for coming and taking out the time. And you will be receiving an email from me sometime soon. Thank you. And our founder, Dr. Chauhan, has also joined. Amazing. Dr. Chauhan, I'm not sure, the recording is there. You will be so proud of the alumni who have come, from the business school, from forensic science, from hospitality, from biotechnology, from nuclear science, who are doing so amazingly. They're working, doing well in the United Kingdom. Something to be really proud of, Dr. Chauhan. Your vision and your blessings are there with all of them. Dr. Chauhan, some blessings for all the alumni who are there. Dr. Chauhan, would you like to say some blessings?
Right. My very dear alumni, I am always extremely proud of you. I'll tell you why. Because you have the capacity, the capability, the competence, the values and sanskars to change the world. I always say that my alumni can achieve anything and everything what they would aspire for. I have been telling you, if one day you feel that we are not on the way to achieve what we want, just ring our President Dr. Tulsianji. He always gives the formula, and because he has become such a great leader, he is among the top leaders in the world, well connected with the royal family of UK. And why? Because they see in him a leader who wants to have a synergy in the whole world. And I have learned a lot from my son. And when you people will make a big career, there can't be something better for your parents, for your grandparents. They will live longer seeing that you are progressing, you are taking care of the human being, you are earning good money. So therefore, it has multifarious benefit if you do hard work. And just one thing important, you tell what I want to be. When I was in 12th class, I told I want to go to West Germany in 12th class. I want to do MSc in chemistry. And I went to Germany on government scholarship. I remained 28 years. I'm telling it because just I wanted it and nobody could stop it. So this, my alumni, when you go today out, I will listen you. I could not listen all alumni lectures and deliberations. Dr. Gurinder Singh, I will listen each and every alumni because I want that they should keep touch with you, Dr. Gurinder Singh, keep touch with the President, Dr. Atul Chauhan ji and Dr. Seem Chauhan. All family members are day and night working for one mission, that MIT will become the biggest, most successful education, research and training organization in the whole world. Listen what I'm telling you today. We want to be in the class of Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford, Rice, and all these universities. Many people listen it and don't believe it, but when they see that MIT with the hard work of our president, his leadership have become it, then they will feel motivated to also think in big ways. Well, many people don't think that if you think something you can't achieve, but when they think that MIT is achieving, today already we are among the top universities in the country. But I want to be among the top universities globally, and the two daughters of my president are studying in Rice in very special areas. The other daughter has offer for Stanford and Harvard. And he had a great problem. Atulji, am I right? Stanford and Harvard, among other universities?
Yes, sir.
And she has decided to go to Stanford because she's very much innovative minded. Asim ji's daughter, I'm not telling because they are my daughter. I'm telling that this is the student training and sanskars. They both have gone. One has gone to Stanford and Harvard. Harvard or Stanford or Penn?
Yes, but I think, Dr. Chauhan, what is most important is that they're Amity students. They went to the Amity schools.
Correct. Yes, you're right. You're right. They are Amity students, and the other daughter of Asimji has got UPenn. And why I'm telling it, actually, Atulji is always wiser than me. He told it is not because of their sons, but they are MIT students under the leadership of our respected chairperson. 12 years they have studied. So what I mean to say, anybody who has come to MIT, God have given wisdom to him, to his family, to father, mother, and grandfather, that you go to Chauhan and MIT family, and with that blessings, you can achieve everything. Gurinderji, please take care of alumni and always remember them, that founder president has confidence and trust that you will achieve anything and everything in life what you aspire for. Thank you, alumni. My blessings, my good wishes to all.
Thank you, Dr. Chauhan.
Okay.
Just concluding this session, you have got the blessings of the father of the MIT family, our founder president. You have got the blessings from the Honorable Chancellor. You have got the blessings of all the Vice Chancellors, very senior people who are watching you live. And thank you, Dr. Lumi, for helping us in organizing this event. we will keep on strengthening our alumni network. I think this was the idea of our chancellor, that this time we will do it personal interaction. So that's the reason that we wanted that each one of you should come here, and then we should be able to, because virtually maybe that we are meeting, but when you meet with the people who have spent their decades of life with the MIT, then you are able to understand the kind of feelings you have. God bless each one of you. Keep coming and take the flag of MIT very high. God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Invite you all to participate in all our alumni events. I would request my colleagues from India office to send us a list of all of you. And we should be in touch more often. In the meantime, not only on the conference kind of a stage, but in other action or initiatives that we try to do together. I would be delighted to discuss it with this kind of opportunities that we have available. And anytime when you need, you can absolutely reach out. I think Ramoti, it is indeed exceptional in providing this services and support that not all the universities are able to provide at this level. So please be very welcome.
We will have informal interaction now. Thank you, IT,
Thank
and
you,
thank you
sir.
everyone in India for helping us in organizing. Thank you. We have certificates for you people, and if you can join us for tea and some snack, we will be very happy. Just 1 minute, I think that we will.
साढ़े सात 9 बजे पहुंचाएगी 9 बजे क्या 9 बजे निकल जाएगी 9 बजे पहुंचाएगी